It's a catchy song, isn't it? What's going on, guys? Welcome. It's another one of our Slant Alpha adventures, and it is Valentine's Day weekend. Now, ordinarily, I guess I would probably do this flight on Valentine's Day. And we do have a stream on Valentine's Day, but it actually is going to be one of our Friday night hotspot streams over on VATUSA's Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday night, the 14th, as we do every week that there is a Friday night ops event that has specific featured facilities. We've started this series a few months ago where we put together a panel of representatives from each of the facilities that are participating in hosting that event, and we get them together and we discuss all of the major tips and tricks that they have for avoiding some of the common procedural issues coming into, around, and out of those featured facilities. So doing another one of those on Monday. Of course, we got the Friday Night Ops event going on right now. It's the Feel the Love FNO, featuring Fort Worth, Houston, and Albuquerque. A good amount of traffic back and forth between those three, and then we can see that there's decent ATC coverage all around the Midwest and Southwest of the U.S. We are actually in SoCal's area. We're down here by San Diego, just outside of San Diego at Gillespie, KSEE. I don't know why that's the identifier for it, but maybe somebody on the channel knows. But it is Gillespie Field, just north and east of the downtown area of San Diego. And that's where we're starting our adventure tonight. We have started our adventure tonight, by the way, I would be remiss if I did not mention that we've started our adventure tonight with a resub from our very good friend, Jet Pilot Cinnamon, who is now a 20-month subscriber of the channel. So JPC, welcome on, and thank you so much for your continued support. I'm going to adjust this mic so I can sit back a little bit. Thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. And yeah, man, it's just crazy that the amount of time that's gone by since we've first started doing this thing, huh? But yeah, thank you so much for that, man. We appreciate it. So here we are at Gillespie Field. El Cajon, or Cajon. Cajon, I presume, is the more correct pronunciation, but when has that ever stopped us on this channel? We're going to head out to the north and east, and we're going to head up to John Wayne Airport, KSNA, Santa Ana. And that's an airport that we make many stops at in the course of our travels on VATSIM, and it typically is the one that we will stop over at before we head out to Catalina Island. So that's leg one would be up to John Wayne, and then leg two would be across to the Catalina. JPC says it's been fun so far. Hopefully many more to come. Yeah, indeed, man. Absolutely. Same back at you, sir. So two fairly short flights tonight, but you'll notice that the trick on this first one is going to be getting out of this Bravo airspace. We've got a handful of different options for getting out of this Bravo. As we make a VFR departure, we could kind of come down to the south and east, staying under these shelves of the San Diego Bravo, the Lindbergh Bravo. Staying under this 3,000-foot shelf, for example, come down kind of to the U.S. and Mexican border, pass over Brownfield. At this point, we could be above 3,000. We could be above that delta, below this Bravo shelf, between 3,100 and 3,400, basically. Again, you can go closer, but I like to put a 100-foot buffer in. And so yeah, we can do that, and then we can come out to the coast and go up the coast. There is a Bravo transition that you can fly that would allow you to cross over here. Actually, let's go to the San Diego TAC chart. There is a Bravo transition that allows you to kind of stay east of this dotted line and come up the coast, and then resume out to the north and west. We could certainly do that. That'd be a much longer flight. As far as departing straight out of here, I think we could go straight off to the west. If we got up high enough, if we got up to 3,000 feet quickly enough, we could depart the Gillespie Delta and be above the delta at Gibbs, Montgomery Gibbs, So if we're 3,100 or higher and we're below 4,800, as a matter of fact, it looks like this little chunk of Bravo goes up to 3,200 feet west of Miramar. So I guess if we could make it to maybe 3,300 or higher, but below 4,800, so let's say maybe 3,500 feet, we could come straight out to the west, and then we could hug the coast on these Bravo shelves. All start at 6,800 feet and higher, and so forth. So come out here, hug the coast, and go up that way. The trick then is, you don't want to be over too much open water. We're going to be over open water later in the flight. Obviously, we're going to be crossing from Santa Ana to Catalina, so we're going to want to have life preservers and appropriate survival gear, of course, on hand for that. But we don't want to go over too much open water on this first leg. We want to avoid that whenever possible in a single-engine piston aircraft. So circumnavigating around this restricted airspace over Camp Pendleton is preferable if we do that to the east than to the west. So therefore it makes a little bit more sense, I think, maybe not to go west and out to the coast. And I think it makes sense maybe to circumnavigate to the east here, maybe north and east, and try to find and if we go to the TAC chart again, we might see a little bit more detail here. Doesn't say the name of this little lake or reservoir here, but right here near San Vicente. But if we head out to the east and we look for Lake Jennings, maybe we look for Lake Jennings first, and then north to San Vicente Island in the middle there of the next lake up. That way we know if we head out to the east, we leave the delta, we're underneath a shelf of the Bravo that doesn't start until 4,800. This one doesn't start till 3,200. This one doesn't start till 3,800. So if we stay at 3,000 over these two first lakes, then we are below the Bravo shelves. We can kind of make sure we stay to the west of Ramona. If we get too close to Ramona at 3,800 feet or below, we'll be within their delta. So we want to kind of stay, from San Vicente. We want to make sure that we're on a 302 heading or a 300 heading, basically. I think we point ourselves right to this next little reservoir lake, whatever it is. Del Dios is the name of the town, I suppose. Lake Hodges, okay. Lake Hodges is the visual reporting point mark there. So stay on a path that takes us directly to Lake Hodges, and that keeps us outside of the Ramona Delta. From there, it looks like if we're at 35, what did I say? We're going to be at 3,500 through all this. So out to the east and then 3,500. Or no, let's say 3,000 until we're west of Lake Hodges. Yeah, because we got some terrain to watch out for there. So 3,000, and then Lake Hodges. Once we get out about halfway out to Lake Hodges, we'll know that we can go up to 35, maybe even 45. Because at that point, we'll want to make sure we're over top of the Palomar Delta rather than infringing upon that. Of course, we don't have to avoid these spaces. We can talk to the appropriate controller and ask for transition through. See, at this point, though. At this point, we're going to need to avoid that restricted airspace at Pendleton. So maybe we come in a little bit more northerly. So this is where, if we come in over Elsinore, which we've visited once before, Dana Point, which we've used a couple times. So I guess after Lake Hodges, I guess is what that's called. Yeah, after Lake Hodges, we got to make sure we're on, what does that say, a 330? And that way we can stay to the west, stay to the east of that restricted airspace. And we'll need We're going to need some sort of a nav aid to make sure that we're not wandering too far to the west there. That's pretty vague a path. I mean, I guess if we navigate directly toward Elsinore, we're okay. But I think we need to maybe plan ourselves a little bit more unmistakable. I mean, like maybe we try to come up here to the town of Temecula. That way we know that we're not encroaching on that restricted airspace by Pendleton. So that puts us at even, what is that? I can't even read that. Puts us on a 348 off of Lake Hodges. Maybe pick up this highway, follow that into Temecula. Got some peaks here to watch out for, so we'll weave throughout these peaks, and then along Murrieta, and then at that point we can look for Lake Elsinore, and then snake down to the south and west out to Dana Point. From Dana Point we'll know that we can request clearance into the Charlie for Santa Ana and a full stop landing at John Wayne. So that, I think, looks a little bit more like a plan here. The other thing is we could just get a Bravo clearance, right? We don't have to do all that zigzagging if we're just talking with the controllers, getting a Bravo clearance, and getting flight following, and that way we are in touch with the controllers handling these airspaces. If we get a Bravo clearance, we can come through any of these blue thick lines that we want to at whatever altitude we want to. And then we, of course, we'll need to talk to the controller who's handling John Wayne, which might be a SoCal approach controller here. They've got 28 planes on the ground at Los Angeles, or no, 20 planes on the ground at Los Angeles. So we do have a ground and tower there, fortunately, handling that. The airspace itself doesn't look too bad. SoCal combined is just handling all of it, I guess. So we'll have to see. We'll have to make sure that they're not too crazy overwhelmed busy. And if they are, then maybe we change our plan and go straight to Catalina, or maybe we do what we've done in the past when we encounter a Bravo airspace that's a little bit too slammed to take us comfortably. We just find a non-towered field in the vicinity. Maybe we'll head up back to Compton, make that our stopover before we go to Catalina. So we got some options, guys, and we'll kind of see how it shakes out, I think. Back into the aircraft we go, and we can start getting set. I do have my control profile already loaded in, so I'm just going to move the levers and make sure that everything moves as I believe it should. Okay, everything seems to be working as expected. Okay, good. And we'll go ahead and get this. All the switches are down. Yep. Mag switches off. Okay, good. All right, so all that seems like it's ready to go. Prop throttle and mixer down. Flaps are up. Gears down. Parking brake is set. Okay, good. All right, well, let's jump into the checklist then. Control profile set. Levers are set. Fuel load's been set. I've probably just put 5 hours of fuel. I don't know how much of it we'll actually use, but there you go. We'll go ahead and get the battery switch on. That's that one there. Nav and beacon, which are those two there. Those are up overhead, but they're by my left panel in my physical cockpit, but they're on the overhead here in the Mooney's cockpit. Fuel selector we'll just set to left for now. Props and mix. Well, let's see. Let's prime prime the engine here for just a few. Let's throw the boost pump on for just a few moments. We'll turn that off. We'll set the throttle down to about 10% there. Mix can come back out, and we'll engage the starter and enrich the mix as we do that. Left, right, both, and start. Alright. Mags go back to both. Oil pressure comes up right away. And everything seems to be all set there. Alternator and radio master that can then come on there. What is this? Is it, that's my pitot heat. Okay, I'll remember that. We can set marker beacon sounds to mute, and we can put the message screen up over the GPS. Again, we simulate on this channel that we don't have this Garmin unit, so we in a Slant Alpha aircraft, that is an aircraft without GPS or RNAV capability, you'd probably have another one of these COM1 NAV1, or yeah, ComNav radio stacks just above that one there, so you have kind of the same thing twice. So we're really going to just pretend that the ComNav stack here looks like this, and we're going to ignore the fact that we've got that moving map screen. And so that's what this channel was all about. Slant Alpha meaning non-RNAV capability, navigating before we had real easy moving map type applications in your aircraft to navigate by. I'm going to be doing this mostly visually, but if we get caught up here, we're not sure where we are, we can tune some sort of a nav aid VOR radial. If we were going to fly up into Compton, I'm going to show you how we could have done a better job than we did last time of, you know, kind of threading this needle between these deltas to make sure that we're not in someone else's airspace that we shouldn't be. But hopefully we'll be able to do this all by eyeball and not have to rely on radio-based navigation, and certainly not rely on any GPS moving map, which we would pretend we don't have here in the plane. All right, what is San Diego approaches frequency? So there's obviously, we got San Diego tower on, but they're only controlling actual San Diego Lindbergh Field, so we wouldn't have any use to talk to them. We did get the San Diego ATIS just to say that we've got the ATIS for the airspace. Obviously, Gillespie does not have a tower controller and an ATIS on, so our San Diego approach controller on 19.6 is going to end up handling Gillespie. Altimeter here is 2995, it looks like, and statute miles are clear. So we can set 2995, but it's San Diego approach on 19.6 was the pertinent. So let's go 19 and 6. We'll swap that in. Meanwhile, we can go ahead and set the altimeter. Do I have a button for that? Okay, that's heading and okay, so there's my altimeter up there. 29er, what did I say? 906? 2995. Field elevation at Gillespie is what? Let's look. 388, and I think it was just saying 400. So yeah, perfect. We'll take it. Wind, by the way, what was the wind? I think it was wet from the west. Yeah, 280 at 12. So I'm assuming we would take off. We're down here at near the southern end. We could take off 30-35, but I'm assuming he'd send us 27 left or 27 right.
2511 contact, LA set R13555, have a safe
So
flight.
271, 270.8, so 271 will be the heading to set the arrow to, just as a reference to the runway direction that we're going to be using. Just again, kind of to give us an eyeball reference there. I like to set this down to the fuel endurance. Obviously, that's how long of time you have left in the tanks if you're at the current RPMs. So if we were going to sit here, we could sit here for about 95 hours and idle the plane if we wanted to. It's more useful when you get up to cruise. Let's see. Flight plan's been sent. Obviously, you wouldn't file a flight plan VFR. In the real world, you'd file a flight plan with flight services just so they know where to expect you and when to start sending out search parties. VFR flight plan on the VATSIM network kind of works like an IFR flight plan, as you know, as though it's the same kind of thing. It's not really the case in the real world, so we would call in with our VFR intentions when we call in. But we don't need a clearance per se just yet, and we can turn our altimeter on, our transponder on. It is on. Okay, it is already on altitude mode and 1200, so we'll leave that as it is, and we may get a squawk code when we ask for our taxi. No nav and ADF tuners to set. Initial altitude, I think we were saying 30. I think we said 3,000. Let's make sure. Let's make sure. If this is the plan that we're going to follow, yeah, then we got to stay at 3,000 until we are north and west of this shelf here. So once we get out to the point where we're definitely over, you know, we're past Ramona, we're over Escondido headed north, I think at that point, you know, once we see Lake Hodges, or pretty much coming up on Lake Hodges, we'll know that we can jump it up to 35 and maybe even 45 at that point if we need to. And I think once we get up here, we're going to want to be probably at 45. So the maximum elevation figures here, 6,100, but that's the maximum. I think there's most of the points here are lower. And
SoCal approach, that's 907, 902 Victor, request VFR descent down to 3,500.
So anyway.
Number 907, 92 Victor, SoCal departure, equivalent Lindbergh class, Bravo, airspace, VFR altitude is at pilot's discretion.
Yeah, so I think 3,000 initially, and then 3,500 once we're sure we're north.
San Diego class Bravo, and in that case we'll just stay at 5,500. Thanks, 902 Victor.
Let's see what's next here. Oh, I do want to check the speed brake. Got that on the bottom detente of the throttle, which is kind of a neat thing. Flaps. Yeah, the flaps still operate as a continuous lever. I was trying to mess with that a little bit today and try and figure out how to get that lever so that it would only go to those detentes. And I still don't have that, so I'm going to have to just, you know, fudge that. Yeah. Set takeoff in there. And it's going to jitter around a little bit. Good fixings this here for the Curse, yeah.
It's finger licking good.
We did have a sim crash on initial boot up, but on second try it's behaving itself, so fingers crossed that was just a fluke. Trim set, taxi routing again. I think we're going to end up taxiing northbound Alpha, and then maybe Delta, all the way out Delta 8 to 27 right, or if he wants to launch us on 27 left, Delta to Delta 6, but we'll see what he says. All right, I think we're ready to go. We'll hit the taxi light on as soon as we talk to our controller, so the airport is to our, so yeah, the control tower and stuff is to our north. Bobcat 20 is here. Let's see if we can get flight following from him, but without asking for the Bravo clearance. Let's see if we can do this without going through the Bravo.
Number 9792 Vector, the Montgomery Airport's going to get your 12 o'clock on about 5 miles, support field in sight.
Field in sight, 902 Victor.
Get number 902 Victor, Montgomery, altimeter 2996 at our right, downwind, runway 28 right.
2996 and right downwind for 28 right, 902 Victor. San Diego approach, Cactus 292 with you, Lucky 1.
Cactus 292, SoCal approach. This side of the Lucky 1 arrival.
Hang on, good fixings. Let me see if I can get a word in edgewise, and I'll come back to that.
Descend via the Lucky 1 at Lucky. Could I do the RNAV Yankee instead?
Cactus 292 at Lindy, cleared RNAV Yankee 27 approach.
Parking
Lindy,
brakes
cleared
off.
RNAV Yankee 27 approach, Cactus 292, thanks.
SoCal approach, Mooney 514 Delta Victor, VFR request.
Mooney 514 Delta Victor, SoCal approach.
I guess so we're on the ground at Gillespie. We got the weather, and we're looking for VFR northeast, northbound departure. We don't need the Bravo clearance, but flight following if available.
Number 514 Delta Victor, SoCal approach. The Gillespie altimeter is 2995. Advisory to taxi.
2995, we are ready to taxi. Either of the 27s will work for us, and if flight following is available, that's 4,500 to John Wayne in a M20 Papa.
Number 514 Delta Victor, can we set responder squawk 5742, and how about 35? Does 35 work for you?
5742, and I think, yeah, 35 should be okay with this crosswind. 5742, 54 Delta Victor.
Okay, number 4 Delta Victor, runway 35, taxi via Alpha Alpha 1.
Alpha to Alpha 1 to 35, 54 Delta Victor. It's a 12 knot crosswind, but on departure that shouldn't be too bad. Alright, taxi lights can come on. We will do a quick run up at the end. Alright, well then on departure, yeah, Mooney rated to about 15 knot, max demonstrated. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. That's one thing. One thing that is the one of the hallmarks of a sim pilot versus a real pilot. A real pilot would know the answer to that question. Sim pilot, I'm just like, yeah, we'll be fine. Alright, so there's 3-5. Let's get a run up going here, guys. So hold the brakes. We'll set 2,000 on the RPMs. I'm sorry, 2,200 on the RPMs. Alright, close enough. Props down once and back up. Down again and back up. Third time and back up. Make sure it fully recovers, and then we'll do a mag check. Go down just the left mag. We'll see that the RPM drops by about 20. And then recovers when we go back to both. And then switch to the other side. And both. Yeah, we are good. Only rated to 11 knot crosswind. Okay, well, it's okay. Like I said.
Skyhawk 92 Victor, runway 28 right, clear to land.
We'll be fine.
28 right, clear to land, 92 Victor.
Approach 514 Delta Victor, Gillespie 35 ready.
Number 5 for Delta Victor, wind 280 at 12, runway 35, left takeoff, northwest departure approved.
Yeah, northwest departure approved.
Yeah, that's correct.
Hey, for our plan's going to be northeast out to the lakes.
I'll call in that case, northeast departure approved.
Northeast approved, 514 Delta Victor, it's clear for takeoff 35. Alright, so landing lights on, taxi light off, strobe light on, pitot heat on. Temps and pressures all looking good. Lined up. Set takeoff, here we go. Gonna need some right rudder to counteract that tailwind, or crosswind rather. Got a good amount in. I'm gonna put some left aileron in to also balance out that right rudder. Airspeed's alive. 60 knots. And wants to come up on the one wing there. Come on, let's go. There we are. Slowly but surely get the rudder out. Gear can come up. Let's keep the 80 knot pitch in. Gentle right turn. Through 400. Not quite through 400. Alright, now the flaps can come in. We'll go to our climb power, 24 and 24.
Cactus 292, contact tower 18-3, have a safe flight.
18-3, thanks, Cactus 292.
Oops, didn't need to knock that down that much. There we go. Alright, make sure we're kind of on an eastbound heading. And we are. Let's get more eastbound.
24 Delta Victor, radar contact, passing 1200, maintain VFR.
Altitude checks, and we'll maintain VFR 54 Delta Victor. So we're going to take it up to 3. What, about 5 miles out on a 060.
Alright, departure number 516 Center Echo, flight to 115.
And then before we get to that little spindly lake there, which I guess is El Capitan.
Number 516 Center Echo, SoCal approach, contact LA Center 135.55.
Turn to the north.
135.55, 6 Center Echo.
Kind of pull power down a little bit here, 23 and 23. Lean to the blue arc. Might have been the yeah, I'm now not sure which lake I'm over. Let's get a cross read on our position, guys, because I'm not confident that I know where we are. (114.0) is off to our right. Following this road up here. Alright, let's pull the RPMs back. Spin that arrow till it centers. We're 22 miles. .22 miles on a 045. Let's gotta fix that altimeter to 9 or 9 or 5. I have a feeling that we're kind of hugging the terrain here, but I wonder if we went through the delta at Ramona. Let's see what we are away from that VOR. We're at about a 230 and 22 miles. So if I backspace that out of the route, we're JLI 230022. Okay, so we're good. Ramona's actually to our north. If I stay on a 300, Ramona's probably just off the right wing there. And then this is the town of Escondido. At this point, I think we can go ahead and take it up to 4,500. .24 and 24, and kind of following this road. Yeah, so now to the left we've got, so that's probably Lake Hodges right there. If I go back over to the TAC chart, alright, that's Lake Hodges. So miraculously our navigation plan has worked out as intended, but we need to stay northbound along that road, I think.
Approach Canadian American 1255 with India at 11,000 descending via the Lucky One.
Okay.
Kind of need to be on a 340 following a road.
Lucky One cleared at Lindy, cleared localizer 27.
Alright, speed 250 Lindy, clear localizer 27, altimeter 2997, American top.
And southbound approach Frontier 21, descending by the Lucky One arrival at 10,000 feet.
Frontier flight 21, SoCal approach, descending via the Lucky
So I think
One
that's good. I think we are indeed following this highway here.
0 knots or greater in the descent.
Maintain 208 knot greater or greater on the descent for Vision 1.
And if we do that all the way up to there, actually follow that straight into the town of Temecula. To the World VFR, and then after Temecula and Murrieta, then we'll see that nice big square lake Elsinore.
Do me a favor, maintain 8,000, turn left heading 090 vector for descent.
Yeah, okay, so I think we're good. I think we follow this highway up here, guys, roughly on a 340.
Ready speed to 210 from Vision 1.
And participants, that's not going to work as well. Turn right heading now 290. Right turn 290, please.
All right, so Good Fixins was asking about a special flight rules area. Now we're actually going to stay south of the
Frontier
Los
flight
Angeles
21, right
Bravo.
turn heading 290.
290.
So we kind of skirted the San Diego Bravo to the east. We're not going to go as far north as the Los Angeles Bravo, so we're not going to do any of the transition routes. Now, after Catalina, if we still got time, we might come back over to the mainland, do one of those Bravo transitions.
Flight 21, maintain 5,000. Do not descend below 5,000.
So not out of the question that we might do that at some point tonight, Good Fixins, but for right now, we're just...
Maintain 5,000. Listen up. Maintain 5,000.
Maintain 5,000, not bad. Frontier 21.
Yeah, so for right now, out of the way of the...
Delta 14 heading 310, maintaining 2,000.
Delta 14 having SoCal departure.
San Diego Bravo, we're going to enter the John Wayne Charlie, the Santa Ana Charlie.
Delta 14 do not exceed 250 knots.
Okay, we'll do. Delta 14.
And we can... Go ahead. Well, it's leveled at 3,500 for now.
Frontier flight 21, descend and maintain 4,000, turn left heading 180.
So 22.
Maintain 4,000, turn left 180,
22. Lean it to 40 degrees. I'm sorry, 50 degrees rich at peak. Where's it peak? 1450. Okay. So 1,400.
SoCal departure, American 1018's with you, climbing out via the SID, passing 2.6.
So STW says, I'm just now reloading the sim, had my own sim crash. Did we contact center or approach? Yeah, we talked to approach. Yeah, we're on 119.6 for the ATC.
Frontier flight 21, turn left heading 160.
Turn left 160, Frontier 21.
Alright, so I think this is still our highway that we're following up to Temecula, guys. This is lining up well with what's on the map still. It should kind of zigzag to the east and then the north, and I think that is indeed what we're seeing, or northeast rather, and then north.
Okay, Frontier flight 21, ready speed to 180 and turn right, clear direct Vida, cross Vida at 4,000, cleared RNAV, Zulu,
So I think that's that zigzag there.
Reduce speed to 180 knots.
And trying to
at 7,000 from your
trying to get back down to 3,500.
Turn right, clear direct to Vida, cross Vida at 4,000, cleared, localizer, runway 27 approach. American 1255 Tower, 18 speed, 83 for Tower, American 1255. Okay, Frontier flight 21, descend and maintain 3,800, turn right heading 250, intercept runway 27 localizer.
Sorry. Frontier 21, turn right 250, maintain.
Alright, so there's 3,500. Let's try and get the trim back here.
And Frontier flight 21, ready to final approach speed. Do it now.
Ready to final approach speed, Frontier 21.
Alright. Come on, baby. Stay nice and trimmed.
Decline, Delta 14.
Delta 14, what altitude would you like?
Just anything above 10,000, Delta 14.
Say again?
Anything above 10,000, Delta 14.
Delta 14, maintain VFR 11,500.
Maintain VFR 11,500, Delta 14, thank you.
Okay. All right, so I think this is still our highway.
21, looks like you're going to the localizer right now. Turn left heading 130, maintain 4000.
Turn left 130 and maintain 4000 for 51.
Are you set up for the localizer 27 approach?
Silence.
Frontier Flight 21, are you set up for the localizer 27 approach?
Set up for the localizer. Me gonna engine set the localizer right now from 21.
Okay, Frontier Flight 21, in that case, descend and maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared localizer 27 approach.
Maintain 4000 until...
That's not what he said, 3000 was what he said.
Localizer and then maintain 3000 from 31.
SoCal, this is American 446 with you at 3000.
Okay, so I think we're good here, guys. This is definitely lining up with what's on our chart here. So the road kind of bends out to the right. We see these two little peaks, the east and the west side of the road. And I think that's right here what we're looking. Two brown spots here to the east side of the road. So I think we're right here coming up on Temecula. And should see this French Valley Airport as we make this bend to the left along the road.
Frontier Flight 21, contact Lindbergh Tower 118.3.
Contact Lindbergh Tower 1.8. Contact Lindbergh Tower from 31.
American 1018, contact LA climate, maintain 15,000, contact LA Center 135.55.
135.55 up to 15,000, American 1018.
Delta 14, contact SoCal approach 124.5.
124.5, Delta 14.
Number 4, Delta Victor, SoCal approach 124.5.
24.5, 54 Delta Victor, see it.
American 2785, circle departure, ready contact.
Okay,
Climb
so
via the ocean, 1 departure.
into Temecula, we should be kind of back over onto a base course of about a 310.
1 departure, American 2785.
Something like that on the heading bug.
Departure, ready contact, climb via dots to departure.
Climb via dots to departure, south 259.
Delta 14, maintaining 11,500.
Delta 14, circle approach, Roger, do you VFR flight or IFR flight?
So 12 miles
VFR,
until
Delta
Lake
14.
Elsinore.
Delta 14, Roger, clear to enter Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at 7,000 feet.
And we see some smaller lakes up there, but I'm not sure if that's
Clear to
Elsinore.
enter Bravo and send to 7,000, Delta 14.
But it very well might be.
93 Tango Juliet.
Oh no, Elsinore's
previously
probably...
with the controller getting ready to transition with the SFRA over LA.
Well, hold on.
933 Tango Juliet, Roger. 5 miles southeast of the LAX airport. Transit is terminated. Look at the chance advisory, sir.
Hey, over to advisory. We'll see you later. Have a good one.
I think Elsinore's probably that larger one out there. These are
SoCal approach.
probably too small to be on the sectional.
Southwest 653, SoCal approach, Roger. Center maintain 5,000.
So once we get over Elsinore,
Down to 5,000, Southwest 653.
then we'll cut straight out to the south and west toward Dana Point. We've recognized Dana Point. We've seen it a few times on the stream before, so we'll recognize that when we get there. We will have to kind of zigzag through the terrain, but we should kind of end up in this little chute here, this little valley that'll open up down here near Laguna Hills, and then we'll be able to see Dana Point pretty readily, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'd say that's a very good bet that that's Lake
Maintain
Elsinore.
230 knots, Delta 14.
And we got to check in with this controller as well. SoCal, Mooney 514 Delta Victor's 3,100.
85 at 2,500 for 5,000. Blocked. Delta 8835, circle departure. Contact. Climb via dots to departure. Delta 8885, repeat please. Delta 8885, flight heading 250, climb maintain 1330,000. Roger, 250 and
heading 250 for Delta 8085.
Southwest 653, descend and maintain 3,600. Report field inside. Field will be at your 12 o'clock at 20 miles.
Descend and maintain 3,600 and we at the field for Southwest 653.
Southwest 653, I see you are on the south side. Do you want the south visual or the 24 right, which is the north side?
Your preference for 653.
653, roger. Clear the visual approach runway 24 right. 24 right is the north side.
Roger, clear visual runway 24 right, Southwest 653.
Lufthansa 453.
Trying to keep the pitch up just a little bit so that we can get back up to 3,500.
Sure, this is UPS 214 back online.
UPS 214, roger, with a contact, climb, maintain, climb the adults to departure.
Good evening, SoCal Approach, Lufthansa 453 Heavy. Apologies, we have the wrong frequency with you passing through 10,000.
Lufthansa 453 Heavy, roger. SoCal Approach, fly shedding, let's see, fly shedding 2.
Yeah, I think it's probably a good time to go ahead and switch the fuel selector over here.
Turning heading 230 on South again, sorry.
We've burned about 5 gallons down from the left tank. We'll start using the right tank.
3,600.
2,600 left 230, Lufthansa 453 again.
Delta 8885, turn left, direct PD.
So I haven't checked in with this controller. I tried and I got stepped on.
Left turn direct PD for Delta 8885.
If he needs me, he can call me. The fact that I'm VFR means I'm not his priority. If he feels he's too busy to handle me, he's just going to drop my flight following anyway.
Climb via dots to departure.
Climb via dots departure,
Southwest 653, contact LA Tower 120.95.
2095, Southwest 653.
Lufthansa 453 Chevy, expect the turn, Lufthansa 453 Chevy turn right heading 251, expect the visual approach runway 251.
Okay, so after Lake Elsinore, we're going to be trying to maintain a prevailing 229, so basically a 230.
This is Alaska 1349 at John Wayne Airport, requesting IFR to Seattle.
So we'll spin that down to a 230.
LA Center, cancel request number 1.
The yellow arrow doesn't matter in the least. I'm going to set the yellow arrow. I'm going to unset the station that we have tuned. And I'm going to set the yellow arrow to 2 zeros. Because that's, I believe, the landing direction at John Wayne is runway 20.
314, contact LA Center 135.55.
135.55, thank you.
Delta 14 Chevy, turn right heading 360.
Turning left, heading 360, that's 14.
Okay, so from Lake Elsinore, we want to do kind of a 230. Let's go past the lake and then we'll make the left.
280, we see you inside apologies.
Hello, departure, Scandinavia 933 out of 3,000.
Scandinavia 933, circle departure with your contact. And climb maintain 8,000.
Climb 8,000, Scandinavia 933.
Lufthansa 453, do you have the seal inside?
So the zigzag that we're going to take through this valley is probably going to be more like following the road, honestly.
Was it 260 or 360? That was 14.
Blocked.
Delta 14 Heavy, altitude, VFR altitude, your discretion, enter a left base, runway 24 right. Will be runway 24 right. You can actually you can enter straight in for runway 24 right.
Straight in for 24 right, that's 14.
GPS 314, contact LA Center 135.55.
Okay, I mean, we could probably pick up 1,000 feet of altitude too, just to make sure we're not in trouble here. Let's.
135.55. 135.5, sounds 259.
Delta 14, will be runway 24 right, yes, straight in runway 24 right, contact LA Tower 120.95.
Contact LA Tower 120.95, Delta 14.
So we'll take it up to 4,500. We'll start trying to fly essentially a 230.
With at gate Alpha 4 with current weather information. Looking to pick up IFR 2 Phoenix this evening.
Flight with 432, circle departure, cancel request number 2. Number 913 Delta Alpha, contact circle approach 118.2.
And then on that.
Was that for 3 Delta Alpha?
Yes, 3 Delta Alpha, contact approach 119.2.
Prevailing 230.
Delta 8885, contact LA Center 135.55.
Alright, over to LA Center 135.55
We'll be looking for
Delta 8885.
Dana Point.
713, contact LA Center 135.55.
13555, Southwest 715.
Let's follow this little valley out here.
Contact 453, urgent the frequency. Alaska 286, urgent the frequency.
The Alaska 286, affirmative, flight level 12,000 feet.
Alaska 286, thank you. At the circus, cleared ILS runway 25 approach.
Clear at Seaview, 25 left approach, Alaska 286.
Yes, Alaska 286, sorry, at Seaview, ILS 25 left, thanks.
Correct, Seaview.
Yeah, getting some bouncing around in the little valley here. Don't think we're going to need 3,500. Aim for 3,000 now.
So cut approach Lufthansa 453 on the go around left heading 250, climbing 5,000.
Lufthansa 453, circle approach, climb, maintain 5,000, expect ILS will be now the ILS.
And as we are
right approach.
headed out in that direction, let's find a nav aid to tune just to have a reference. 15-7 is Seal Beach.
Great, Scandinavian is candidate at 933, climb via dot to departure.
I'm sorry, was that for Scandinavia 933?
Scandinavia 933, just climb via dot to departure to 1717,000.
Climb via departure 17,000,
31
Scandinavia 933.
miles.
I'm sorry, 933.
Lufthansa 453, heavy turn right heading 010.
Second, Lufthansa 453 heavy.
Lufthansa 453, heavy turn right heading 010.
Do we have a road that comes down over the valley and then makes kind of a left? Yeah, I think we do.
Good evening to you, American 2630, climbing through 2,700 on this flight.
Picking up some speed. Oh man, we dropped a lot of altitude. I should pay attention. When I put the nose down, I should pay attention to what I'm doing here. Let's get back up to 3,000, guys. $24.
Was that last transition for American 2630?
24.
Alaska, Cross American 2630, circle departure with a contact, climb via Summer to departure.
Climbing by the Summer to departure, thanks, American 2630.
So-called Persia low,
back up to 3.
to maintain 10,000.
Seal Beach
Correct,
is
circle, Roger.
that way.
453, heavy turn right heading 065. Lufthansa 453 Heavy, turn right heading 070.
Right heading 070, Lufthansa 453 Heavy.
Korean 157 across Seal Beach, VOR at Sierra Lima, India at and maintain 7,210.
Alright, so Dana Point should be this kind of zigzagging the coast.
Question, second.
Should be fairly recognizable. We're going to make sure we don't come out of the coast too far south, because if we come out too far south, then we're going to be coming out right over that restricted airspace.
Roger, at Sierra Lima, India, maintain approaching 7,000 and passing 200 knots, altimeter 99905, Korean 57.
American 2630, contact LA Center 135.55.
Up to LA Center on 135.55.
Lufthansa 453 Heavy, turn right heading 090. Lufthansa 453 Heavy, turn right heading 090.
Alright, where are we, guys? We got a highway that goes right out to the coast. That's probably
that. Delta Victor, John 1 altimeter 2995.
2995, 5 and 4 Delta Victor, and we're about 15 miles southeast of the airport looking for full stop.
Number 514 Delta Victor, Roger. You can enter, when you're ready, you can enter our left traffic pattern for runway 20 right.
Alright, left pattern to runway 20 right, 5 and 4 Delta Victor.
Lufthansa 453, how do you copy, boys?
453 Heavy, we got you 5x5 now. We had a difficulty.
Alright, Lufthansa 453 Heavy.
117.2 El Toro. That's going to give us a kind of a good reference to aim for that left pattern.
Reducing speed on the 210.
Let's do that.
We're going to be sending 2,600 on the 453.
117.2. So 117.2 kind of points us in the direction of the
479er Golf. We're at 17 miles northeast of the SLI VOR. With you at 4,500.
The left pattern. We got the airport diagram up. Field elevation is
number 487er Golf.
56.
Request VFR flight following. We'll be heading towards the SLI VOR and then transitioning along the coastal routes.
Number 487er Golf, Roger, say aircraft type.
2200.
Aircraft type is a Cessna 172 and request transition to the VOR through the Bravo airspace via the coastal routes.
We're 9 miles from
700 Golf, Roger, it's clock 4766.
4766, 700 Golf.
So basically right where that bay comes in, we're kind of straight out. So if we kind of cut to the right, we should see the airport more or less ahead on the left.
Local approach, 133, question 135.55. 3555, Scandinavia 933.
Actually, let's do this. Let's follow the waterway, and that'll be a left pattern to the right runway.
John Wayne Airport, maintain VFR.
Maintain VFR, 700 Golf.
And we're going to try and work it down to 1,000. As soon as we get established, we'll start getting some predictions from you. Big Wayne is just stopped back in.
Heading 300 and expect LS 25.
Let's keep the RPMs at 22. Mix is now full rich.
Current 157, after Seal Beach heading 330, 330, 330 for the ILS 25 left.
Don't quite see the airport yet, but I know if I follow that waterway, it's going to take me kind of right to it. Somewhere around in there. basically coming up on Newport Beach here, guys, for those of you who know the area. Yeah, so we'll turn right, we'll follow the waterway, and that should put us on the downwind. And we're coming up on 1,000. So we'll get ready to level it out. Ordinarily, to level out, you would add power, but I'm going to intentionally not add power on the level out, because I do want to start bleeding speed off intentionally. Matter of fact, I'm going to ease a little bit more power out of it. We'll go ahead and increase the prop pitch. Alright, I'm going to spin the heading bug around to a 2-0. That's what the runway is. Man, we should be looking right at it, guys.
So Cal approach with number 453 if you want us on heading to the outlet.
Is this it right here?
Lufthansa 453, heavy turn right heading 220, intercept runway.
Running 220, intercepting localizer, runway 24 right, Lufthansa 453.
As soon as we confirm that that's the airport that I just saw.
4 Delta Victor. The wind at 230 at 5, runway 20 right, clear plan.
Little at 20 right, 5-4 Delta Victor. Alright, there we are.
49, ready to taxi.
Alright guys, you can start putting some predictions into the chat as far as a vertical descent rate at the moment the wheels touch. There's no bot command on the channel for this. Just a number into the chat, positive or negative, is all you really need. We'll know that you mean a descent rate either way.
Hold short 20 left for runway 20 right.
Korean 157, descent and maintain at 3,600.
Confirm descent maintain 3,600, Korean field 7.
Correct.
Roger, descent 3,600, Korean field 7.
A little excess altitude here. Let's let that burn off. We gotta get the first notch of flaps in.
453 Chevy, 10 miles from Cove, descend and maintain.
There's our airport.
2,100 onto established, cleared ILS, runway 24 right approach.
So we'll come into the left of the big factory there, or whatever that is. I think we'll use this fairly large warehouse-looking thing as our turn-in point for our base.
4879 Golf, cleared through the LA Plaza airspace via the coastal route, maintain VFR at 6,500, the LA altimeter 2995.
Maintain VFR at 6,500, clear to the Bravo 79 Golf.
700 Golf, you're cleared at the Vincent Thomas Bridge.
First notch of flaps is in.
Bridge, 700 Golf.
SoCal, good evening, Eastern 421, checking in about 2.6 for 5,000.
Soon as we get established on final, guys, it's going to be the last call for those predictions. So again, just a number into the chat, positive or negative is all you need.
Eastern 421, thanks.
And the closest in either direction, above or below, gets an automatic entry into our monthly landing rate raffle. The next drawing is on the 23rd.
49, cross runway 20 left, runway 20 right, cleared for take.
Cross runway 20 left, cleared for takeoff, runway 20 right, Alaska 1349.
Just going to get the gear and flaps.
Victor, traffic 8320, departs prior to your arrival, discussion.
I will be watching 4 and 5 for Delta Victor.
And the aircraft requesting pushback second.
Southwest 432 is on the ground at Burbank, requesting pushback onto, I believe, that is
the base.
expecting runway 15.
Southwest 432, pushing start is at your discretion, advised for taxi 15.
Aim for about 80 knots down final, as we found out that 70 was a little slow. Of course, that was high altitude over in the Salt Lake area. 75 might work okay at sea level. But we'll aim for 80. We also loaded the plane down pretty heavy here, so. See a flashing. Oh, see, there's the airport beacon. I don't see the traffic. Anybody see the traffic?
Korean 157 Chevy, 2 miles from Honda. Descend and maintain 2,100 until established. Cleared ILS, number 25 left.
Descend maintain 2,100 for 25 left, cleared ILS 25 left, 15
Eastern 421, climb maintain
All right.
230. Contact LA
Gears
Center,
down and
135.55.
green. Flaps full, set and checked. We do have our landing clearance.
Climb maintain, what's that, flight level 230 and off to center at 35.5?
Yes, 135.55, 0.55.
Okay, off to center there, and just to confirm, that was flight level 230, correct?
Yeah, that's basically climb via the top altitude on your departure. It's at 230.
Yep, I understand. I just wanted to confirm. Climb maintain flight level 230 and off to center, Eastern 421. Thank you.
Still don't see that traffic. Hopefully that means he's long gone.
120.95.
20.95, yeah, cleared 15 thank you.
Foxtrot Whiskey Romeo, 2397 pounds, springs altimeter 2995.
And looks like we're a little low on the pappies, so we'll get that sorted out. There we go.
Lookout departure, good evening. Cactus 2437 with you through 4,000 for 5,000 dots 2.
Cactus 2437, circle departure with a contact line via dots to departure.
I don't see the traffic, guys. Hopefully that means he's gone.
Cactus 2437, local departure with a contact line via dots to departure.
A little fast on final here.
Dots to departure, Cactus 2437.
Tango Kilo Yankee 0780 SoCal, it's Top Sky 780 SoCal.
SoCal approach, good evening, this is X-Ray Bravo, India Romeo.
X-Ray Bravo Hotel, X-Ray Bravo India Hotel Romeo SoCal departure.
Oh my god, it didn't register. It didn't register. That's terrible. Well, we only had 2 predictions anyway.
Right now,
we'll give a ticket to each of you guys. I think it was a fairly standard landing. It just, I don't think it was that.
At Circus, cleared ILS 24.
I don't think it was that soft a landing. Was 3 predictions? Oh, Bobcat, I didn't see his.
25 at Circus.
We'll give each of you guys a ticket, that's fine.
25 left, Top Sky 0780. Number 514 Delta Victor, taxi to the land via Bravo, have a nice day.
Ramp via Bravo, we'll talk to you soon. 5 for Delta Victor, thanks.
Alaska 1349, ready to contact sail.
Laps can be stowed.
5,000, Alaska 1349.
Landing lights.
Alaska 1349, ready to
Stowed
contact
lights.
maintain 1335.
Heat off.
Climb maintain 13,000, Alaska 1349.
Yeah, nice big FBO building here, so that's where we'll go.
X-Ray Bravo, India Hotel Bravo, expect the visual approach runway 8.
Oh, STW just got off from SEE. You might want to go straight out to Catalina then. I'm not going to be too long here on the turnaround.
4555, Cactus 2437, good night.
SoCal approach,
But yeah, let me see.
Good afternoon, WestJet 87 at
Yeah, Geese says that it's connected,
descending via Iron.
but it surely didn't register anything.
Was
Close it.
87 circle approach.
Close it and reopen it. It says it's connected.
Right approach.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, we'll give each of you guys an entry into the raffle. That's not a problem.
SoCal approach, good evening, American 87 at flight level 30, climbing to flight level 50.
Yeah, STW, that's fine, man. You're just gonna watch the airspace that you're in. Just make sure you're not in any Bravo, Charlie, or Delta unless you're talking to somebody.
Clear contact, plan maintain 1717,000.
All right, let's go ahead and just get her parked here.
The direct to again, please. Sorry, that was a bit. It just got a bit blurry there. Sorry, American 87.
All right, can 87 disregard the direct, just follow your departure, climb range 1717.
Parking brake is on, taxi light is off.
17,000 for American 87.
Yeah, pizza we did. Let's run through a quick turn checklist here.
135.55 for Alaska 1349. Thank you.
Yeah, flaps, strobes, yeah, landing lights, pizza heat good, parking brake, taxi light. Transponder, we can we'll set it back to 1200 for now.
Southwest 432,
and we can reset the elevator trim.
Cross runway 8.
And yeah, so sorry about the prediction thing, guys. It's just that little program is a little finicky, although it's been good lately. I haven't had a non-registered landing in a long while. So, but yeah, so we got 3 predictions there. Bobcat with the 93. We got brand new follower there that came in at the last minute. I apologize, I didn't say hi to you, but Kung Fu Grip with the prediction and the follow there. And good fixings with the 88. I'm gonna say it was pretty smooth. So I feel like Kung Fu probably was the winner if it had registered, but we don't know that for sure. And sometimes they're a little deceiving. And the runway did kind of slope up at me a little bit there too. All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it for the first leg. Says STW might be at Santa Ana about 25 minutes. Well, you might make it. I'm going to take a quick break out of the cockpit, and then we'll start talking about the route planning for the second leg ST. So you might make it here after all. I'm going to take a quick break, do some liquid recycling. Got to grab a second Red Bull here. We'll talk about our routing into Catalina, which I think we're going to continue to do VFR. Yeah, really nice weather today. We get some real bad fog banks coming into Catalina sometimes. I think we're lucking out weather-wise today. And if not, ST will do a touch and go. That way he'll keep up with us. All right, very good. Well, that's fine, man. You got a few minutes, so keep making your way in, and we'll be back with you in just a few, and we'll start thinking about our second leg, our Valentine's Day trip out to Lover's Cove at Catalina Island. So we'll come back and get to it here, hoping that the curse stays away, and lots of flying hopefully left to do for you here. Sit tight, guys.
87, contact LA Center 135.55.
Over to Center 13555 for American 87.
They're kind of 268 SoCal. Westjet 87, descend maintain 4,000.
You can maintain 4,000, Westjet 87.
Now kind of 268 SoCal.
SoCal, flight aware 2397.
Flight aware 2397, go ahead.
Just want to confirm with you, you were pretty busy. We climbed up to 9,500 to avoid terrain. I don't know that it matters on your end if you need to amend that in our flight plan or not.
Flight aware 2397, that's fine. Just maintain the FR with remote navigation. I don't know if the other controller gave you an altitude restriction. Just maintain the FR.
Okay, yeah, no, we didn't have any altitude restrictions. I know I just filed 7,500, so I didn't know if that's what you guys were going to expect or not.
No worries.
Thanks.
Delta 407, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles eastbound, 737 at 103,000. It's northern aircraft.
I have the traffic teleport.
Westjet 87, flight heading 070.
Flying heading 070, 187.
Delta 422, that traffic is cleared. He's another aircraft. Flight maintain 13,000, contact LA Center 135.55.
Up to flight level 130 and over to 135.5 for Delta 47. Appreciate the help. Have a good night.
India Alpha Romeo, ready to descent.
India Alpha Romeo, say again. Jeanette 456 LA, question Jeanette 456 welcome.
India Alpha Romeo, ready to descent.
SoCal approach Skyhawk 79er Golf is at the Vincent Thomas Bridge at 6,500.
Skyhawk 700 Golf, Roger. The LA altimeter 2995.
2905, 700 Golf.
Was it 87, turn back heading 180.
Right, heading 180 was 87.
X-ray India Hotel Romeo, the center maintain 7,000.
India Alpha Romeo, 7,000.
Jeanette 456 local approach.
Go ahead, 456 with you.
Jeanette 456 local approach. Expect ILS only 25 left.
We'll expect 25 left, 456. Thank you.
Wested 87, 5 miles from Honda. Person 5 miles from Mers. Turn right heading 220. The center maintain 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 24 right approach.
Right heading 220, cleared ILS approach runway 24 right. Calling established was 87.
SoCal departure, Southwest 432, full short and runway 15, ready for departure.
Southwest 432, wind 142 runway 15, cleared for takeoff.
15, set for takeoff, Southwest 432.
Alrighty, guys, back with you. Sorry about the lightly extended intermission there, but welcome back. Another one of our Slant Alpha adventures underway, and one of our stream traditions is a Valentine's Day trip out to Lover's Cove on Catalina Island. One of the other stream traditions is what we call the Catalina Curse. Hopefully, we will be unaffected by the Catalina Curse tonight, but we shall see. The curse manifests itself in strange ways. Weather-wise, it looks like we're doing pretty well today.
Roger, thank you.
Weather here at John Wayne is perfect. Weather at Catalina, 10 statute miles and clear. So that's good news. Just a quick hop and really just a VFR southwestbound departure, and we're going to tune the Catalina VOR just for guidance, but pretty much just VFR. We're going to dead reckon it straight across the water at about a 228, and straight across for about 30 miles, which is about a 10-minute trip in this plane. We'll file, see, the field elevation there's 1,800 or 1,600? 1,600 feet. So we'll file 26, 31. We'll file 35. We'll file 3,000. 3,000 should be enough.
2095, thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Go under our flight plan. We're VFR. Going from KSNA to KAVX. Yes, we are going to cross the water in a single engine prop. I know that that's not always advisable, but we would of course assume that our engine has been recently annualed and inspected, and we've got survival gear on board, life preservers for everybody, for all 21 of you. The clown car that is our Mooney. Yep, it's got to have all that. We're going to say we're going to depart maybe about 15 minutes from now. So what's that, 0145 Zulu? We'll say we'll be wheels up at 0150. It's going to be a pretty short flight. I'm going to say 30 minutes overall by the time we add in the patterns at both sides. I think we're probably looking at about 4 hours fuel in the tanks. 180 knots. True airspeed is about right. 3,000 is fine. And this is going to be
Delta 563.
We're going to change 2 letters in our flight plan, and that is it. There we go.
Delta 563, squawk 476.
Southwest 433 to right, turn heading.
Alright, so let us get back into the airplane, guys, and strap in and get ready to go. Run back to the top of our checklist.
Right heading to 707-432.
And let's just double check. This does seem like the frequency that we need to be on.
Radar contact, are you on any ILS right now? Are you established on ILS first?
24.5, yeah, there doesn't seem to be any other frequencies covering this area.
Delta 4,
so I guess that's going to be it.
456, flash heading 060.
Say again for 456.
United 456, flash heading 060.
Let's see, so we've sent the flight plan. Let's go ahead and get a METAR observation. We don't have
Heading southwest 1086, 2000 or 5000.
Yeah, we don't have an ATIS running here, but we'll just get a METAR at KSNA.
Climb maintain 13,000.
So we'll check in. We'll tell them when we have the weather. 2408. So I'm sure that 20 is still going to be our departure runway 2995 is already what we got set, but we should double check that. Make sure field elevation charted at 56 feet. If we set 2995, so that's
at 14,000. Code 4423, circle approach.
Yeah, we expect the needle to be a little bit higher, but that's okay. Within 75 feet, I don't really worry too much about it. We can tune in.
Waypoint again for Skyline 4423.
Well, let's run down the checklist and not skip steps here. Altimeter, field elevation set, comm radio set. Don't need a clearance. Squawk and transponder we will set. We'll keep it 1200. He might, because we're departing at Charlie, he might issue us a squawk code. But if he does, we'll tune in. If not, we don't need it.
456.
Nav and ADF tuners. Okay, so the only real nav aid we're going to need is, I think we'll tune in the Catalina VOR just to have some sort of a distance reference. 111.4. Some sort of a distance and direction reference, just in case we have trouble once we get out over the water, seeing the direction to go. But it's really like I said, it's only 30 miles off the coast, and we'll probably have we already have guidance from it, so
American 751 ready to contact climb via Dodge to departure.
Should be about, well, should be a southwest, well, spinning around the long way as I always do.
SoCal Challenger 818 Whiskey 5.
But that gets us to the VOR. The airport's pretty close to the VOR. We'll set the heading bug to runway heading at 200. Actually, it's not necessarily 200. It's going to be close to that, though.
7,000 now, and Island Zulu runway
196. So we'll knock the bug down 4 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4.
United 456, 10 miles from GG, turn right
There we go.
220, maintain
Altitude 3,000. Speed brake operations check. That's off the screen for you, but there it is. As a matter of pride, I try not to use it unless I get in real trouble. Try to just manage the speed in the aircraft better than needing that, but it's there in case we do.
1086, do not exceed 230 knots.
What else, guys? We got the flaps, which we can set for departure, which will be there.
Delta 5,
Again, the flaps still work like a continuous axis. I messed around today trying to figure out how to set the flaps lever to operate in increments, but haven't figured that out yet. If anybody has a good reference to a tutorial, I found one on YouTube that was released right after the sim came out, and it says to just assign it the way you have assigned, and it works in increments, which it used to, but one of the recent sim updates, I think it was sim update 5, changed that, and so now the aircraft has to kind of be programmed for the flaps to work in increments, and this one is not, and the 152 is not, so the flaps now work kind of, if you watch this down here on the right, well, it might be behind my head, if you watch this, you'll see that it works kind of continuously as I move this lever to 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, I can put it anywhere in there. So, we'll have to work on that, but for right now, we'll just set that to that. And that'll just be our takeoff setting.
397 west side, Cove, issue contact LA center 135.55.
Alright, so flaps are set. Trim is also set. We're good there. Taxi routing we think is going to be pretty straightforward. We're down here by the FBO, so we're going to taxi northbound on Bravo to Lima to 20 right and depart. Should be fairly straightforward. And I think we're ready to go. We're facing east basically. And so we'll taxi out to the left once we get our clearance, and I think we're ready to call.
Kodiak 341 Sierra Whiskey, 4,500 to the southeast.
Kodiak 341 Sierra Whiskey, so.
That's our friend SDW. About to request a touch and go here at John Wayne.
Yeah, the Romeo with airport inside.
Nope, I thought he was going to do that, and then he didn't call back. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get our taxi clearance here. Approach Cessna, Mooney 514 Delta Victor at John Wayne with VFR request.
Number 514 Delta Victor, circle approach. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Just looking for a VFR straight out departure to the southwest.
Number 514 Delta Victor, departure frequency with me, squawk 4751.
At departure with you, 4751, 514 Delta Victor.
From departure November 128 Delta Bravo at 3,000 feet.
You got blocked.
Standby, number 818 Whiskey Foxtrot, flight heading 150, the center maintain 5,000.
150 on the heading and 5,000, Challenger 8 Whiskey 5.
Yeah, so SDW checked in, and then I think he basically said, like, say your request, and you didn't answer anything, so I don't think he knew what you wanted.
180?
180.
180, in the room.
Do you want to flip the center for Southwest 1086?
Southwest 1086, stay at my frequency for us.
Roger.
But whatever you want to do, man.
November 128 Delta Bravo.
Number 128 Delta Bravo, so-called departure, maintain VFR.
I think we got one of those. We got one of those planes in the washing machine cycle over there.
My discretion, Delta Bravo.
Number 487 Golf, are you going to cancel flight for them? You are outside the Bravo now.
7 Golf, we can cancel flight following. Thank you very much. Good day.
7 Golf, thank you. Leaving Bravo airspace, radio services terminated. Squawk maintain VFR.
Squawk maintain VFR. Thanks for your help. Good day.
Open this here. We're being moonied.
818 Whiskey Fox, 110,
110 to intercept the localizer, 818 Whiskey Fox.
Yeah, so SDW, you got to remember, when you file a VFR flight plan on VATSIM, some controllers will act like they see that, just like it's an IFR plan, and some controllers will act like they don't see it, like your VFR in the real world, where you would actually just have to make that request verbally with ATC. So when you checked in, you said you were at 4,500, but you didn't tell him where, and you didn't tell him what you wanted. So that's why I think he kind of was a little bit dismissive. He's also a little bit busy.
Zulu circle approach.
So as soon as we can get a word in, we'll go ahead and get our taxi clearance.
Runway 26 left, sir.
Yeah, left crossing departure, 26 left.
Number 2150, Zulu left crossing departure is approved, runway 26 left, cleared for take.
26 left, let's take off, 100.
Approach 5 and 4 Delta Victor, John Wayne, we're ready to taxi. Got the weather.
Blocked. Number 818 Whiskey Fox, maintain 5,000 until established, cleared ILS from ILS Zulu, runway 8 approach.
That's okay. Moving aircraft take priority.
Cleared ILS, runway 8 Zulu for 818 Whiskey Fox.
X-ray Bravo India Hotel Bravo, the center maintain, let's see, the center maintain 4,000.
4,000, India Romeo.
5 and 4 Delta Victor, John Wayne, ready to taxi with the weather.
5. Oh, that's 3 aircraft at pretty much the same time. And remember, 514 Delta Victor, runway 20 right, taxi via Bravo.
20 right via Bravo, 5 4 Delta Victor.
Mexico 1549, RNAV to Delray, runway 24.
Yeah, somebody blocks, he says, and I can't hear all of them because I'm on the ground. I'm not hearing all the other aircraft. You know,
456, are you still
it's the best you can do. You jump in when it sounds like there's a lull on the frequency, but you know you're not always aware of somebody else that's already jumped in. The only thing you really shouldn't do is when the controller gives an instruction and a plane that you can't hear is reading back, you do need to give a pause and assume that that plane is reading back. Or even if it's a plane you are hearing, you got to give a pause and let them jump in and read back. You know, not everyone's going to be right on the button like an experienced pilot would be. So you have to just give that pilot a second to read back before you jump in with yours. You know, you give a 5 or 6 count and they haven't jumped in to read it back, then I guess you can assume that they didn't hear it or whatever. But you always want to give enough. If you know it's a pilot that has been given several instructions and you have not heard them read anything back, then you know, you got to give that appropriate pause, allow enough space for their read back to be, even though you can't hear it. But yeah, sometimes when you're on the ground and you think there's a lull after the exchange has taken place, and you think you're the next one jumping in, it's just that you're not hearing everybody on the frequency. So not much you can do about it. Just try and be patient, especially when there are multiple aircraft and you're on the ground. Don't be the one to jump back in immediately. Aircraft in the air have precedence, take priority, and so when you're trying to get a word in edgewise, just keep that in mind. If you're on the ground, not moving, you should kind of wait until there's a lull.
Kind of 559 out up to Docker, runway 25 right, clear for take.
Let's see, we can't hear that Air Canada read back.
1549, radio contact, cleared.
But he probably did.
Direct PD, climb maintain 13,000.
That aircraft maybe we can't hear either. Again, we're on the ground, kind of a distance away from these guys that are up at LAX. Not that big a distance, but...
American 450 standby. Delta 563, cross runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha. Left on Echo, contact ground 121.75. Thanks. They're kind of 559.
So he said thanks. That means somebody read something back.
Mexico 1549, circle.
Look at departure, Aero Mexico 1549 climbing through 3000.
Every time I hear somebody with a call sign of 1549, I think of Sully.
Turn left, direct PD.
Should we do the run-up just for Melvin, even though we've already done it? We'll go ahead and do it. We'll set 2200 on the RPMs.
3000 and PD for Aero Mexico.
Props down once. And twice. And third time. I'll do a mag check. We'll switch the magnetos down to just the left side.
Number 3410.
We'll see the RPMs drop by about 30. We'll put it back to both and see it recover. We'll go down 2 clicks to just the right side. See it drop about 20 or 30. Back to both, and it recovers. And we're done. I think somebody just got a landing clearance here at John Wayne, so we'll have to see if we can get out ahead of them or not.
For 1 Sierra Whiskey, there's been a change of plans. I'm going to be heading out to Catalina Island.
1 Sierra Whiskey, roger. Report when you have the 1 minute weather at Catalina.
Can you please repeat 1 Sierra Whiskey?
1 Sierra Whiskey, report when you have the weather at Catalina Island.
We'll report when I have the weather at Catalina, 1 Sierra Whiskey.
Mexico 1549, climb and maintain 17,000, contact LA Center 135.55.
Up to 17,000 and over to LA Center 135.55. See ya.
Approach 54 Delta Victor, short 20 right, John Wayne, ready to go.
Number 514 Delta Victor on departure fly heading 240, maintain VFR at or below 2,400, runway 20 right, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, 240 and 2,400 below, clear for takeoff 20 right, 54 Delta Victor. All right.
Number 210 Zulu, squawk mode Charlie for me.
24, 240 and 24, that's easy enough. Strobes on, landing lights on, taxi light off, pitot heat on.
American 559, ready to contact. Climb maintain 13,000, no restrictions.
13,000, no restrictions, or Canada 559.
And if he did clear somebody in, he didn't tell me on my takeoff clearance.
Number 210 Zulu, thanks. Keep your squawk mode C for now. Frequency change to advisory approved.
Hold advisory 210 Zulu.
Increase the view here a little bit. Okay, there we go.
American 450.
All right, temps and pressure's all looking good. We'll go ahead and set our takeoff power.
American 450, roger, fly press heading. Climb maintain 1330.
Maintain 13,000, what was that first part?
American 450, fly heading 220, fly heading
Airspeed is alive.
Planning 220.
We got 60.
American 559, cleared.
Shoot for 80.
Lady J.
Fly direct Lady J, thanks, Sir Canada 559.
Let's go with 4423.
And away we go.
Welcome to LA, taxi via
Positive time, gear coming up.
Juliet, cross runway 25 right, contact
Pitch for 80.
121.75 on the other side.
Come on, climb, baby, climb.
Diablo 2735, center maintain 3,600.
3,600, fly, give gear 2735.
X-ray Bravo, India, Hotel Romeo, wind
There we go. Through 400 now, get the flaps in.
Runway 8, India Romeo.
Smoothly reduce power to 24 and 24. We're starting that right turn to 240. So 24 and 24 on the power, which is 24 on the manifold pressure, 2400 on the RPMs.
5439 SoCal, roger, runway 3.
Also heading 240. And altitude 2,400 or below.
Yeah, 5439. Yes, of course, runway 13 right, that's the Whiskey Lima.
Well, Pitch for 100.
Gate 54, turn and wind. Now it's 35 and 7. You have a slight.
Checking the airborne with him here. Just a few.
That's actually.
Just hand steering to that.
0209, that's fine. Wind 0209.
Hand steering to the 240 and just pitch to maintain 100 knots here.
Aircraft 559, contact LA 13515.
3555 Air Canada.
How far out does the Charlie airspace go? Does it extend out over the water? Yeah, it does actually a little bit.
SoCal Challenger 8 Whiskey Fox, we're clear on altitude at Millionaire.
Challenger 8 Whiskey Foxtrot, thanks, taxi to Millionaire via Delta Cross 15.
Delta Cross 15, thanks for the help. Challenger 8 Whiskey Fox.
2735, turn right heading 160, speed 180 knots.
Right 160, speed 180 knots, Jupiter 2735.
Manually steering to the 240.
SoCal approach.
Manually pitching to the 100.
Number 3410 Whiskey, Roger. Report when you have Catalina Island.
Will go.
Pitching up. And approach 514 Delta Victor is 514 Delta Victor is airborne now, passing 2,000 for 2,400.
Number 514 Delta Victor, circle departure, contact, maintain VFR, resume all navigation.
Alright, maintain VFR, resume on nav, 514 Delta Victor. Alright, resume on nav means we can point ourselves directly to the VOR now. We can see the island as well.
Right 220, intercept. Slow nice at 25, Jupiter 2735.
And maintained VFR without an altitude restriction means that the previous altitude restriction is now canceled, so we'll go ahead and take it up to 35 or 3,000, I think is what I had said.
Kepler 2735, 8 miles from GG, descend and maintain 1,900 on established on the localizer, cleared ILS 25 approach.
1,900, cleared ILS 25 approach for Jupiter 2735.
American 450, verify direct Lady J. Climb maintain 13,000 contacts.
A little bit of cloud cover popping in here off to the right. We're going to have to watch that. So we're in echo airspace, so 3 statute miles visibility, 1,000 below a cloud, 500, or 1,000 above a cloud, 500 below a cloud, 2,000 lateral separation. So is that a third of a mile? Yeah, that's probably at least a couple miles lateral separation from the cloud, so we're okay. We're leveling it off at 3,000.
Tower 11575, taxi Bravo to 5 right.
Alaska 575, Roger.
And we can pull the power down to 22. Lean 50 degrees, rich peak.
Jupiter 2735, control wind, free speed.
Zebra 2735, yes, if you're given an approach clearance, the speed is your discretion. Runway Zebra 2735, runway 25 left, good enough.
Very good, thank you. Clear line 25 left, Jupiter 2735.
Trying to maintain my
514 Delta Victor, advise when you have the 1 minute weather at Catalina.
5-4 Delta Victor. We've got the weather, we got the island in sight, and you can actually cancel flight following for us.
Number 514 Delta Victor, Roger, 10 miles southwest of the John Wayne Airport. Radar service is terminated. Squawk maintain VFR, now land flight.
Alright, squawk and maintain VFR. Thanks for your services. 5-4 Delta Victor, we'll see you. 1200. See if I can get this. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's set COM 2 to 122.8. Swap that over there so we can still listen to the approach frequency. There we are.
Right down.
Alaska 575, runway 25 altitude.
So we are transmitting on nav 2 with COM 122.8, but we are still monitoring the approach frequency on COM 1. Field elevation 1600. .250 at 5, 10 statute miles clear, 3003. So we'll go ahead and set 3003 on the altimeter. We're going to want to come in on 22. 22, I believe, is a right pattern.
Today, 5439 wind.
Right pattern to 22, so we want to come down the coast from the north and west.
Civil approach, 778, 14,000.
So 1600. So 2600 is pattern altitude, so 3100 will be 500 above. So that's when we're going to go. That's what we'll aim for an overflight.
Spectre is 24 right, 778.
There's 3100. Oh, geez. 3100, and we'll
November 1032 Charlie.
22 and 22.
Lufthansa 778, turn left heading 200.
Lean to 40 degrees, 50 degrees ridge of peak. 14 miles from the VOR, and the VOR is near the airport. Let's get back up to 3100. Get within about 10 miles, we'll make our first Unicom call.
Catalina traffic, Kodiak 3410 Whiskey, going around runway 4.
So he's using runway 4, but the wind was reported 250 at 5. So I'm going to set up for 22. But I'm gonna overfly it. Overfly it south to north, and then we'll do the wide. I'll draw what we're gonna do here.
Make a right on Bravo.
So right pattern to 22.
November 101.
So we'll overfly it south to north.
Charlie, holding short, runway 25 left, requesting.
We'll do a big wide
VFR,
left hand 270. Well, really, not full 270, but then we'll join the 45, and then the downwind, and then the base, and then the final.
Contact LA ground 121.75.
Cross 25 right, at ground 175.
Now let's get back up to 31.
Catalina
About
traffic,
10 miles.
3410 Whiskey's on downwind. Runway
November 1032 Charlie, holding short, runway 25.
Catalina traffic. Mooney 514 Delta Victor is about 10 miles south and east, 3,100. We're going to overfly southeast and northwest, and then we'll join the 45 to right downwind, runway 22. Catalina.
G36.
I guess if I gotta go around to get them switching runways.
turn left at
You
the
don't have to.
shoreline, runway 25 left, clear to take.
I'm going to be a few minutes yet.
Turn left, 25 left, clear for takeoff.
It's left at the shoreline.
Say again?
Turn left at the shoreline. So whenever you see the shoreline, make a left turn.
Alright, thank you.
Lufthansa 778 Heavy, the center maintain 1010,000.
10,000, sorry.
Alaska 575, turn left, direct Oceanside VR.
Roger, left, direct, go.
Catalina traffic, Kodiak 310, turning base to say again, Pilot Club 899.
Pilot Club 899, runway 25
Let's turn it final. I don't think it's a little too far out for us to see.
Right, Pilot Club 899.
Should be kind of up there somewhere. Might be able to might have just caught us light there in the turn.
575, can I get vectors for that?
Alaska 575, turn left heading 100.
Left 100.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Approach, want to confirm for Lufthansa 778 that it is a 24 left, not 24 right.
Lufthansa 778, negative, ILS 24 right, ILS 24 right, center maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000, 24 right, 778.
Okay, so we're going to overfly the field.
We are clear for takeoff.
Basically along the coast.
1032, yes, for the third time, we're runway 25 left, cleared for takeoff, make a left turn at the shoreline. Alaska 575, cleared, direct Oceanside, Oscar, Charlie, November.
We're going to overfly the field. We're going to go pretty well far north of it. We're going to go maybe about a minute northwest and then a minute southeast. And then that should give us enough space to come back on a 45, and then we'll do the right pattern to 22.
Left 160, 778.
Set the
Tower, Southwest 757. We're turning right on Echo here. We're going to be ready to go for 24 left.
Be clear, runway 4, Catalina.
Southwest 1057, Roger, RNAV to Delray, runway 24 left, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, so he's down.
Left, clear for takeoff.
That's good.
1057.
Let's keep 3100. It's just going to set the...
Okay, do you have the LAX 1 departure mission bay transition?
Set the arrow and the heading bug to match up with the runway heading, just so we have a nice reference to that.
Yeah, I messed up. I'm going to put the departure in there.
Alright, if you have that, it's part of that departure. It's part of the LAX 1 departure, Oceanside. If not, just fly heading 100.
Heading 100. Yeah, I don't have it.
Catalina traffic, Mooney 514 Delta Victor's about 2 miles south and east, 3,100. We'll overfly southeast to northwest. Then we'll do a wide left to the 270. I'm sorry, to the 45 to right downwind runway 22 Catalina. Wow, that was a mouthful and a long, drawn out, terrible traffic call.
575 contact. Local approach 119.6.
Roger, contact local approach 119.6.
And as we pass over, guys, this as we look ahead, this is the Lovers Cove Resort down here. A little bit of a hotel, casino, kind of a romantic getaway type place. So we're probably where that little inlet is. I think we are more or less over top the field now. So let's...
Today at 54 to 39 seconds.
Hello, can we ramp to a higher altitude before we hit Palm Springs? We're going to hit the MEA here and we'll have to hold.
3,000.
Today at 54 to 39.
Yeah. Weather update, bird strike, crashed at desktop, who knows, good fixins. I think we'll spin the Catalina Curse wheel, and we'll see what it comes up at.
13,000. Lufthansa 778, turn right heading 340, descend and maintain 3,000.
So do we see the runway maybe pass right below us?
1032 Charlie, ready to contact, maintain VFR, resume all navigation.
Resuming on navigation, November 1032 Charlie.
Pilot Club 899, ready to contact, say altitude.
3,000.
So coming up on 55 seconds.
Pilot Club 899, climb maintain, climb via departure.
Alright, now let's turn upwind basically for 1 minute. Still at 3,100 for now.
LA Center on 3555, United 5439.
Southwest 1057, ready to contact, climb maintain 1313,000.
1313,000, Southwest 1057.
Southwest 1057,
Alright, so that turn took us about 30 seconds, so we'll wait until the stopwatch gets out to about 2:30.
Southwest 1057.
Airport's kind of back over there.
Resume the Orca 5 departure.
We'll maintain visual separation to left turn, Clipper. We'll maintain the Orca 5 departure for Southwest 1057.
Lufthansa 778, descend maintain. Lufthansa 778 Bismarck, maintain 180 knots or less, 180 or less.
Okay, yeah, 180 or less.
Alright, we're going to power down. We're going to start a descent down to 2,600. Catalina traffic, Mooney 5 before Delta Victor is about 4 miles northwest. We're going to enter the 45 to the right downwind runway 22 Catalina.
Descend and maintain 2,200 until established, cleared ILS 24 right.
280, 2,000, cleared.
So there's 22. Should go about another 45 degrees. It's about 2,600 on the altitude as we join the pattern altitude. And 45-ish.
Mayday, November 1032 Charlie. We have an engine failure, still diagnosing the problem, stand by.
And where's the airport?
Contact Los Angeles Tower 120.95.
I think the airport's up here, so. Oh, let's maintain 2,600 now.
November 1032 Charlie is declaring a state of emergency. We are at 1,400 feet in descending. We have engine issues.
Number 1032 Charlie, right, I can offer you Long Beach Airport at 1 o'clock, 6 miles.
I do see that.
Pilot Club 839, contact LA Center 135.55.
3555 for Pilot Club 899, thank you.
Southwest 1057, climb via Orca 5 departure, contact LA Center 135.55.
Catalina traffic, Mooney 4 Delta Victor's entering the right downwind runway 22 Catalina. Alright, so we're at pattern altitude, 2,600. Still bringing the speed back.
Down to 17,000 feet.
Southwest 1057.
Airport's right there on the little peninsula, or the little plateau there, rather.
Climb via Orca 5 over to LA Center, 35.55. We'll see you at 1057.
Let's keep 2,600.
For runway 8 right, runway 8 right, cleared now.
First notch of flaps in.
Right, clear to land, thank you.
American 739, circle approach, hello. At Circus cleared ILS, runway 25 left. At Circus cleared ILS 25 left.
At Syracuse, clear ILS 25.
Yep, there's our field.
If I'm correct for American 739.
American 739 will be ILS 25 left side.
Oh yeah, Bird Dog with the prediction. So guys can start putting in those landing rate predictions. Hopefully the thing will register this time. Landing rate predictions, no bot command is necessary on this channel for that. Just a number into the chat, positive or negative, just like Bird Dog did. And closest predictor of the vertical descent rate at the moment the wheels touch. It's an automatic entry into our February 23rd landing rate raffle. $25 Amazon or xplane.org store gift card up for grabs, or any one of a number of different Slant Alpha merchandise items.
Turn left heading 180, my maintain 13,000.
Zachary Singh says VATSIM's off the charts tonight. Now, unfortunately, lately it's kind of been like this pretty consistently. I think that's one thing that controllers are very uptight about, is that this tends to be the norm lately, and it's ever since the 2020 lockdowns and then the advent of Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. There's just a whole bunch of new people on the network that are slowly but surely learning how realistic procedures work, and they're getting there, but it's a frustrating process. Gear, second knot to flaps.
November 1032 Charlie, stopped on runway, diagnosing problem.
Number 1032 Charlie, roger, frequency change advisory 122.8.
Catalina traffic, Mooney 514 out the Victor's right downwind to right base runway 22, Catalina.
122.8.
Southwest 1814 SoCal.
We gotta watch we don't over descend here. Keep that last notch of flaps in. Switch over to the fullest tank. Gear is down in green, by the way, as we glance down. We saw that. Airport right there.
Departure Southwest 1814 out of 4,000 for 5.
Last call for the... Oh, yeah, Phoenix, he said. Yeah, just threw in the Phoenix and it was insane. Well, that's one of the fields in tonight's Friday night ops event, so of course that's going to be pretty well attended. All right, third notch of flaps in. We'll add a little power, make sure we keep 80 knots. Catalina traffic, Mooney 514 out the Victor's right base, turning final now, runway 22, Catalina. Last call for those landing rate predictions, guys. Aim for about 80 down final, and yeah, we're struggling to maintain that. Making these real gradual wide turns here. This is a field that it's real easy to kind of get caught out by the illusion of the plateau. So I got all whites on the Pappies, but I don't think I'm that high. I think we can manage this yet.
Captain 100, United 985.
All right, flaps full sentence. Ooh, getting really bounced around now. Yeah, I'm not sure those Pappies are quite accurate. I know there is a bit of an illusion here.
United 955 cleared, direct Seal Beach, BUR, Sierra Lima, India.
A little bit fast.
Seal Beach, United 955.
Power out a little early.
Southwest 1814, contact LA Center 135.55.
Ooh.
135.55, thanks, Southwest 1814.
United 955.
Ooh, center line.
LA Center 135.55.
That's okay, though. Yeah, center line was way off. We got bounced around a little bit on final. And yes, saw myself plummeting toward the runway. Added a little bit of power back in just to smooth it out a little bit. It worked out okay. Get clear and clean. Flaps stowed. Heat to heat off. Strobes off. Landing light off. Catalina traffic, Mooney 5, report out to Victor. Clear runway 22, Catalina. What's the best way to learn, says CR30, without stressing controllers out too much? Well, what you want to do is you want to find a controller that's not stressed out.
4879 Golf is 10 miles to the northwest. We'll be entering a right downwind on runway 23, Catalina.
So I'll show you. VATSPY is the app that I use. You can also do it on map.vatsim.net. And basically, you just look for a controller doesn't have a lot to do. The parking brake can come on, taxi light can come off. We got a little bit of flying left to do, guys. We made it out here to Catalina. It was not the most graceful arrival. We'll go over those predictions here in just a moment. The landing rate register did pop up. We did have somebody just pop onto the frequency there, so we'll watch that arrival. But CR30, yeah, thank you very much for popping into the stream. This app called VATSPY or map.vatsim.net, those are the two that I recommend. And the thing to do is just kind of hunt around, see who's not busy. Kansas City is on right now. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 planes in the entire Kansas City airspace. So this might be a controller that's able to slow things down, repeat stuff a little bit, and not be too stressed out. Little Rock's got an approach controller on with, it looks like, nobody in their airspace right now. So that's a good controller to hit up for maybe some pattern work or some basic Bravo stuff or whatever it is that you want to do. If you're looking for a point-to-point, looks like Jacksonville Center's not too terribly busy. They've got a tower controller at Jax, they've got an approach controller at Jax, and they've got a center controller at Jax with only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes in the airspace. So that's the thing. CR is use this app or something like it, gauge what coverage you've got available, and find a controller that's not stressed to the gills with workload like SoCal is right now. Milwaukee's got 1 plane in the airspace. So, you got some good candidates on tonight, and just, anytime you pop this open, you can see that, Los Angeles always has a good number of planes in the airspace. That's actually not too terribly busy, but yeah, 8 on the ground at Los Angeles that are getting ready to depart, and if you hover over the field, you can see the arrivals and departures are pretty numerous, so it's a busy airport. Los Angeles is not where I would recommend you make your first handful of VATSIM flights. But yeah, get this app and hunt down some of those folks like I mentioned before. It's going to change. It's not always going to be the same ones. But any given night or day, you find a controller that's, especially depending on what you're trying to do, CR. If you're trying to do like a point-to-point, then a situation down here like Jacksonville, where you can go Jacksonville maybe to Myrtle Beach or Jacksonville to Savannah or something like that. If you're looking to do just local work, look for a tower controller. You got a tower controller up at Toronto, Billy Bishop, that's got nothing to do right now. Where do we have tower controllers up here in the Northeast? Anywhere? Look for those little T's. Yeah, look for a T where there's not much else going on. I guess maybe not too many tower controllers on right now. But you got a couple of approach controllers for sure. Little Rock, CVG, Standiford, Kentucky. Louisville, Standiford, sorry. This is Covington, Kentucky, which is Cincinnati. Milwaukee up here. So yeah, those are some good candidates right now, but that's you got Allentown. You got one plane on the ground at Allentown, Pennsylvania. LaGuardia is actually not that busy right now. So that one's kind of an oddity. But you got full staffing at Philadelphia with not much going on. BWI's got an approach controller on with not much going on. So you got some good candidates there, but this is what I would recommend you hunt down if you're looking to make your first handful of flights. Look for a frequency that's not slammed to the gills with lots and lots of activity, and that would be your best bet. I heard that call was about 10 to 15 miles to the northeast, I think, is what he said. I heard that call, and then I didn't see him on VATSPY. Yeah, I don't see any general aviation flying around here. So I don't know if they're connected as an observer or what's going on. But there might be somebody on the way in here. Possibly, maybe. But let's go ahead and get that prediction sorted out. We had 3 predictors of our first landing, and
American 739, contact LA Tower 120.
The stats window did not register the landing, so we've decided to issue all 3 of those predictors and ticket for that first arrival into John Wayne.
Was that for me to contact Tower for American
Second
739?
arrival here at Catalina is 86. So who's got the
2095 for American 739.
could the call have been for a different airport? Yeah, that's possible. I thought they said Catalina, but it's possible. It's also possible that they were there and maybe had a crash to desktop or something. Who knows? Anyway, 86. What do we got as far as the predictions goes, guys? 90 was the first one that came in with Bird Dog. That's 4 away, so if anybody else is in the 82 to 90 range, right off the bat, that's going to be what it takes. 107 and 80, 160, 75, 99, 92 is just going to be too far away by 2 points. CR30 for a first-time guesser. Did you say Catalina again? Yeah, I didn't hear it that time. I was yammering away.
Catalina traffic, Skyhawk 79er Golf is turning final, Catalina.
Yeah, Skyhawk 79er Golf. But I don't see them on VATSPY. Do I see them out the window? And I don't know if he said 2-2 or 4. Yeah, it does look like there's somebody there. That's weird that they're not showing up on VATSPY. He's in stealth mode. Oops. I thought I saw somebody there.
LA Tower, so 31 slow, holding shot 24 left, ready to go.
Yeah, I see some nav lights. Yeah, but strangely, I do not see anybody on VATSPY. So that's odd. But there they are. Sure enough. Oh. Looked like a bit of a rough one. But now with VATSIM velocity giving us those position updates every 5 times a second, now we can kind of see stuff like that. Whereas before that would have kind of been hidden and masked by that 5-second position update. But yeah, your landing looked not that different from mine, whoever you are.
1497 off 25 right, dots 2.
It's okay, man. That's how these arrivals go, man. That's what it takes to get into Catalina.
47er Golf is clear.
Departure, 1497.
Good evening, SoCal approach, Turbojet Manor, 8,000.
So what, am I showing him as a 172 or am I showing him as a Caravan? No, I'm showing him as a 172. I have my default model set to Caravan, so if there's an unknown type, I figured the flying that I do, if there's an unknown type, it's more likely to be a GA than a airliner, but I'm showing that one as a 172. I have them as a Bonanza. Okay, well, that's a GA type, so it's pretty close. You know, that's just one thing that you get used to, STW, on VATSIM, is that the model matching is flaky. You know, any 2 players are going to see the same aircraft 2 different ways, and that's just a fact of life. I don't tend to dwell on it.
KLM 446.
Catalina traffic, Skyhawk 47er Golf, passing to runway 22
So who was our winner, by the way?
124.5, American 2757.
Winner was Bird Dog with that 90 that came in first. Very good. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a little early to wrap up. We've only been here 2.5 hours. Where are we going to go next?
Just going to get a lucky one arrival and approaching runway 27.
We could go back to John Wayne. I think maybe the more fun thing to do, let's see if we can...
7 circle approach, cleared, localized, runway 27.
Clear, localized, runway we're off landing up runway 22, Catalina.
Approach.
Stand by, American 1497, climb, maintain 1717.
Let us see if we can...
American 1497.
What are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do?
Approach, maintain 1010,000.
Maintain 10,000 for KLM 446.
Thanks, American 1883, question American 1183, circle.
Guys, want to go to Van Nuys?
American 1487, contact LA Center 135.55.
Let's go to Van Nuys.
13555, we got on American 1497.
Let's take off. Let's just head basically due north. We're going to be well below this 8,000 foot shelf. Let's just take off due north, and let's maintain 4,500. And then let's just call in and get a clearance into the Bravo, and let them know that we're heading up to Van Nuys, and we'll see what he tells us to do.
Say that again,
You want to do that?
Actually,
we got follows there from CR30. We got follows there from Leaderboard. Thank you very much. What's the ICAO? VNY. KVNY.
American 1183, circle approach.
But if he wants us to do a specific transition over the Bravo, we can. Obviously, we can go to the TAC. We know where these Bravo transitions are.
Niner days, no meter. Bracket field, it's not reporting any meter. The closest I can give is
but let's. Yeah, I think we'll just go straight up off the airport on a 000. And as soon as we hit the coast here on that 000 radial, which will be.
Copy the weather, the cable, Toby Jet Manor.
What does that say? 18 miles? I can't read that. 19 miles. So DME off the VOR might be about 20 miles. Should be right at the coast. We're still going to be in a shelf that goes up to 8,000 feet. So if we're at 4,500 feet, we'll be plenty below. And then I think we'll just ring him up and see what he wants us to do. We'll
Southwest 3112, SoCal departure. Roger, ready to contact.
See if he wants us to come out to the Van Nuys 140. Which one is the Van Nuys 140? Is that is that Hollywood Park? Yeah, that's the Hollywood Park route. Coliseum routes the Van Nuys 125. I think we're going to be, yeah, the mini route. Yeah, well, we'll see what he wants us to do. We'll see what he wants us to do. We'll do whatever he asks us to do, but we're just going to go straight up off of the 000 radial for about 18, 19 miles, and then we'll ring him up and see what he wants. Didn't mean to full screen that. Let's get back into the aircraft, guys, and file a flight plan and kind of take things from the top here.
Delta 213, you were a bit soft there. Say again.
Delta 213, turn right heading 250.
I've got the
right heading 250,
beacon
Delta
and
213.
nav lights on. Got everything else off. Heat's off.
628 Golf at Miramar. Papa 6 left, ready to go.
We'll go ahead and send our flight plan.
628 Sierra Golf, circle departure on request.
Let's go. Flight plan. You can see, by the way, you can see up top. So we've got SoCal that we're only receiving, and then 22.8 is that we're transmitting and receiving. So that's in case you were worried that I was stepping on them as I was talking. That was not the case. Flight plan. Let's see. We're gonna go KAVX.
Approach Skyhawk November 48
K
479er Golf. request VFR flight following from Catalina to John Wayne Airport.
No alternate departure time. We're going to call it 02:45. Time en route, we think maybe 45 minutes. What's left in the fuel tanks?
Do not exceed the 230.
2.5 maybe?
So
180.
Skyhawk, November 4879 Golf. We just departed Catalina at 2500. Request VFR flight following to John Wayne Airport.
Yes, aircraft at Catalina is standby. Delta 213 cleared, direct PV, do not exceed 230 knots.
Alright, so that's
direct
filed.
PV not exceeding 230 Delta 213 and confirm our climb to 13,000.
We did check the METAR. We know that the 3003 we already have set 2505. Field elevation just about 1600, so yeah, that's close.
Climbing 2,900 via the SID.
Comm radio set, no clearance to obtain. Squawk is 1200. We're still in altitude mode.
Via SID for American 325.
Heading bug, we're going to depart off of 22, and then what's the Catalina VOR? Where's that VFR chart? Catalina VOR is 111.4 and 000. So we'll get that set. 111.4. And swap that over. And then I think it's very likely that whatever we end up doing, we're going to have to tune the Van Nuys VOR. So let's just go ahead and have that ready to go, which is
SoCal approach, Skyhawk 4879 Golf. Shall I repeat my VFR request?
113.1.
Nope, standby. Delta 213, speed to discretion.
13.1.
Was that for Delta 213?
All
Delta
right.
213, contact LA Center 1.
So no clearance obtained, squawk and transponder set, heading bug, nav and ADF tuner set.
Delta 213, contact LA Center 135.55 will see.
2,300 for 5.
135.55 Delta 213.5.
45.
SoCal departure, American 208 is with you, 2,400 for 5,000.
Speed brakes
American
operation checked.
Departure. Radar contact, climb via Panda 2 departure.
Go ahead and set our flaps for departure.
American 208. What was the altitude, sir?
It should be at 17,000.
17,000, American 208.
And we'll get the taxi light on.
SoCal approach, hello, how's it going? American 559, we're 9.2, descending via the Lucky 1 arrival. We got information kilo for
Rocket brakes off.
American 559, reduce speed to 210 at Lindy, cleared RNAV Zulu or localized runway 27 approach.
Speed 210 at Lindy, cleared RNAV.
Oh, so this controller just took over the sector that was covering San Diego. So he's probably just about to be a little bit more busy. We might end up doing the mini routes. I'm sorry, the special flight rules area. That would be the one we don't need to talk to controllers for, but we would still need to talk to them in order to get permission to operate at Van Nuys, which is a towered field. So
American 2757 contact.
If he's too busy to talk to us while airborne, then we'll continue on in a manner that we wouldn't need to talk to the controller, and we'll maybe see if we can get a hold of him as we are getting ready to arrive.
Yeah, we're ready to go 6 left at Papa, meet him up.
Catalina traffic, Kodiak 341.
Yeah, Melvin, this trip was almost too easy. I know, the Catalina Curse. When I saw that crash to desktop, and we got it wanted to start in safe mode, and I was like, oh god, here we go, guys. And I thought too late to take a screenshot of it, but booted back in and everything seems fine. So
on the Ironman 2.
American 40.
Yeah, that was off stream, Melvin. It was before we went live. But
expect visual approach from 25 left.
The visual 25 left 407.
That's strobe on.
KLM 446.
Landing light on, taxi light off, P2 heat on.
210 knots.
Catalina traffic, Mooney 514 Delta Victor departing runway 22 Catalina, going to be a right downwind northbound departure.
Frontier flight 2946 SoCal. Frontier flight 2946 SoCal.
Alright, temps and pressures all looking good. We'll set our takeoff.
Okay, and who's VFR?
One thing I didn't do yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna VFR. I'm IFR. I'm holding short of 6 left at Papa.
One thing I didn't do yet was set
It's
the
November 628 Sierra Golf.
Thanks.
radial that I need off of Catalina.
Southwest 2054 4000, climbing 5000.
So we'll do that here in just a moment.
2354 SoCal, departure radar contact, climb via Lady J4 departure.
Climb via departure, Southwest 2354.
American 325.
Got up over the trees, get the nose down, get the speed back up to 80, gear can come up.
American 325 contact, LA Center 135.55, climb via Doxy departure.
Yeah, we're getting a climb. Get up to about 1900. We'll start the right crosswinds.
Can we get lower? Yeah,
flaps will come in.
Fly heading 080 to
24.
4000 vectors for the ILS 2611.
Heading 080 4000,
24.
American 208 contact LA Center 135.
Catalina traffic, Mooney 514 Delta Victor clear, runway 22. It's a right crosswind, and we're going to go VFR northbound Catalina.
American 325 contact LA Center 135.55, climb via Doxy departure.
504 5000.
American 325 contact LA Center 135.55, climb via Doxy departure.
Let's see, we're going to spin that around till it's
traffic, Kodiak 3410
north.
Whiskey, taking off.
SoCal approach, Skyhawk 4H, Catalina Golf is 14 miles west of Valentine Airport for a full stop.
Southwest 3176 SoCal departure.
24 and 24, let's lead it into the blue arc.
Southwest 3176, good evening, leveled off 5000.
Keeping the turn coming around.
Contact, correction, climb via Summer 2 departure.
Climb via Summer 2, Southwest 3176.
We'll get ourselves on a very shallow intercept.
1 Alpha Echo, SoCal departure, radar contact. Climb, maintain
15 degree intercept ought to be plenty there because we're pretty close to the VOR. So that'll be fine.
American 407, reduce speed to 210, then extend to maintain 4000.
Get trimmed down so where we can pitch for 100 knots.
American 407 heavy, reduce speed to 210, then descend to maintain 4000.
Reduce speed to 210, 4000, 407.
Southwest 2354, climb maintain 13000.
Climb maintain 13000, Southwest 2354.
American 559, reduce final approach speed.
We're on a final approach speed, American 559.
American 1183, contact at the Lindbergh Tower 18.3, we'll see you.
118.3 for tower, American 1183.
United 686, the sentiment, correction, cross field beach at 7,000 to 210 knots.
Field beach at 7,000 to 210 knots.
Alright, just hand steering for about a 015.
Clear direct tariff, resume navigation.
We're only 4 miles from the VOR, so a 15 degree intercept should be plenty to get us back on that northbound radial. We're manually pitched to try and maintain about 100 knots at the climb.
American 559, contact Lindbergh Tower 18.3.
Pitch up just a little bit more.
American 559.
We can adjust the power up to 24, same as in the DC-6. The higher you go, the less dense the air gets, so the manifold pressure is going to naturally want to decay a little bit, so you can reach over every now and then and bump that manifold pressure up just a little bit more. We've drifted back onto a northbound heading. I still want to get over onto that radial. So let's put a little bit more aggressive correction. Let's get over to 3,000 feet. I mean, I'm sorry, not 3,000 feet. 030 on the heading.
KLM 446, depart Seal Beach heading 330.
Seal Beach at 330 heading for KLM 446.
Southwest 31, 76 contact, LA Center 135.55.
That's a 030. We're coming up on our cruise altitude of 45. Again, manifold pressure slipping a little bit. We'll keep it at 24. And then we'll get ready to reduce to 22 and 22 and trim the aircraft out for level flight at 4,500.
That's in, main 3,000 at speed of 180.
Still,
is that correct for 446?
Yes, sir.
And so call 330, how do you hear?
Just stand by. I got a lot of aircraft right now. American 1949, go ahead.
American 1949 was just past Lindy.
American 1949, roger. Airport is at your 12 o'clock, 12 miles from sight.
Got it inside.
So we just left Catalina.
1949, clear visual approach runway 27.
American 1949.
Paul Simmer, thank you very much for stopping by. We just left Catalina. We're on VATSIM, so on VATSIM it doesn't matter which server. All VATSIM servers connect to the same VATSIM network. But we are on the VATSIM network, and that's why you're hearing. Those of you who are used to like Microsoft Flight Sim multiplayer, you don't have air traffic control in your head for that. So when you connect to VATSIM, it's a completely separate multiplayer architecture. The Flight Sim 2020 multiplayer servers don't come into play, and on VATSIM it does not matter which server you connect to. You all end up in the same virtual world.
160 to final 407.
KLM 446, reduce speed to 180, turn right heading 350.
Reduce to 180 and turn 350.
So we're trying to get leveled out at 4,500, so I'm going to pull the power. 22 on the manifold, 22 on the RPMs.
Toby Jet 9, reduce speed to 180.
Slowing down to 180.
American 1949.
Okay, there's our radial.
18.3.
1.3, American 1949, good night, sir.
That's a 1,400 on the...
407, fly heading 180, correction 190.
So there's the mainland. Let's...
190 for American 407.
KLM 446 traffic is at your 11 o'clock, 5 miles, American 787 descending out of 2,025.
I'll keep an eye for the traffic for KLM 446.
KLM 446, flying 220, correction 280, intercept 25 left localizer.
280, accept 25 left localizer for KLM 446.
American 407, fly heading 220, intercept 25 left localizer.
Okay. So I think we got it closer to dialed in now. 4,500.
KLM 446, report the traffic in sight.
I have the traffic in sight for KLM 446.
KLM 446, maintain visual separation from the traffic, follow that traffic, clear visual approach runway 25 left.
Maintain separation, 25 left for KLM 446.
Yeah, the trim adjustment's still kind of very, very finicky.
American 407, field inside.
American 407, clear visual approach runway 25 left.
So 22, 22.
407 cleared to the airport for the visual approach. Could you say 25 right?
25 left. Toby Jet 9, fly heading 300.
Heading 300, Toby Jet 9.
United 686, descend and maintain 3,000, reduce speed to 180.
Descend and maintain 2,000, reduce to 180. 686.
SoCal departure 113 November Delta, climbing through 2,000 feet.
113 November Delta, SoCal departure, radar contact.
So where does that shelf start that we have to be talking to him by?
Via the Doxy departure 113 November Delta.
SoCal approach, good evening, sir. Division 525, Whiskey Tango on the ground at Burbank, from Prescott. Toby Jet 9, fly heading 290, intercept 26 left localizer.
It's not until we're north of... It's not until we're north of the coast, so we can kind of hold right over the coast if we need to. Wait for a lull here.
And the aircraft at Miramar, sorry about that. One more time, please.
He's just now getting back to that guy.
Whiskey Tango, for Prescott. Division 525 Whiskey Tango. Okay, you're at Burbank. Division 525 Whiskey Tango, expect PDC.
So will you pick up flight following? Asks STW. Well, if you're going to be in a Bravo, then I mean it's essentially the same thing. They're gonna have a squawk for you. They're gonna be issuing you positive control instructions. So there's really no such thing as flight following in a Bravo. They're gonna be talking to you regardless. Flight following is more is a class Echo service.
Altimeter 2996. 2996, 1 Echo.
But you're in a Bravo. You're talking to them no matter what.
Toby Jet 9, 5 miles from Lizzie, maintain 5,000 till compression 4,000 till
How far south of LAX are we? Just to give them a position.
4,000 till established, clip down, left 26 left, bracket, Toby Jet 9. Thank you.
We're 15 miles, so we're 15 miles north of Catalina. We're 15 miles, I think we're 19 miles north of Catalina, 15 miles south of LAX. So that's the way we'll report it. 15 miles south of LAX, 4,500. And looking for clearance into the Bravo.
Intercept 25 left localizer.
No, less than 280, intercept localizer. I thought we had a visual approach.
Yes, sir. Just using the localizer, but airport's at your 9 o'clock, 115 miles reporting flight.
You got the airport at 686.
At 686, clear visual approach from my 25 left.
Clear visual 25 left, 966.
Oh, and the other thing is I'm still transmitting on COM 2. So I guess I got to fix that. If I'm going to talk to this guy, I guess I should transmit on the radio that I'm listening to him on.
We get 9, runway 26 left, clear land.
Approach turn, Charlie, go left, Jet on the ground. This says KSEE looking to pick up IFR.
Roger, on request, stand by.
Pick up Chile, 1068, San Francisco Victor, standing by the Hollywood one.
1068 SoCal, approach, welcome aboard, LA altimeter 2996 at Seaview, cleared ILS from a 25 left approach.
Alright, 2996 at Seaview, quad ILS from a 25 left approach, and at 1068, 61060.
Approach Mooney 514 Delta Victor VFR request.
Mooney 514 Delta Victor, SoCal departure going.
We're 15 south of LAX, 4,500. Are you able to get us to the Bravo northbound to Van Nuys?
Number 514 Delta Victor, do you have a transition in mind for now squawk 4707?
4707, we can do whichever one you want.
Or 4 Delta Victor, how does mini route or sound?
We can do mini route northbound, 54 Delta Victor.
Or 4 Delta Victor, roger, expect that.
Alright, so
4 Delta Victor, radar contact, 10 miles south of the Torrance Airport. Maintain VFR, proceed on course, CLA altimeter 2996.
Alright, 2996, maintain VFR, we'll proceed on course on the mini route northbound, 54 Delta Victor. Alright, so what's that mean for us?
Victor, you're not clear for the mini route just yet. Just again, I have a frequency change shortly.
Okay, roger, we'll hold off on the mini route 54 Delta Victor. Alright, SMO 128. SMO is 110.8 and 128.
680 contact LA Tower 12095. 3 November Delta, confirm for me that you're climbing via the Doxy departure.
110.
Climbing via the Doxy departure, 113 November Delta.
Charlie Golf Lima with X-ray, SoCal departure. I got your clearance about this copy.
Charlie Golf Lima with X-ray.
And 128, which north and westbound.
Airport, San Diego, Papa 3.
128, 228, 328, so it's going to be a 308.
Departure going to see 1.
So let's get that set.
Squawk 4774.
Charlie Golf Lima 1 X-ray, clear to Los Angeles
So 310.
San Diego Papa 3, you're routing, climb maintain 5,000, expect 6,000.
When we're north and westbound.
Departures with you, squawk 4774.
Cargo, correction, Charlie Golf Lima with X-ray, read back, correct to Vassivate taxi. For 1 Alpha Echo, the correction, Limburg altimeter 2998.
2998. Okay, 1 Alpha Echo.
Or 1 Alpha Echo, reduce speed to 250, then ascend and maintain 5,000.
250, down to 5,000, 1 Alpha Echo.
2,500 it says. Okay. So we'll start.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, ready to taxi.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, runway 27 right, taxi at Charlie.
So we'll get into a VFR descent.
Runway 27 right, taxi, unable.
I'm sorry, which runway would you like for departure?
Request for runway 27 left, and I'm in the southwest there.
I see now, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, runway 27 left, taxi at Delta, cross runway 35.
Runway 27 left,
2,500.
runway 35, Charlie Golf
Just
Lima
about
Whiskey
on that radial.
And so-called 628 Golf, am I getting out of here soon?
628 Sierra Golf, you're the one at the Miramar, correct?
That's affirmative.
Number 628 Sierra Golf.
Alright, so.
Number 628 Sierra Golf, which runway are you at currently?
6 left at Papa.
We're actually outside of the Bravo until we are almost on top of LAX, because we're in a shelf that starts at 5,000. So let's go ahead and get on that radial, 2,500. Add some power back in now that we've leveled out. I got some cool info. That beep 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 was another controller contacting me. He actually gave me some pretty cool information, which I'll share with you here in just a moment.
2996 Mikey cleared ILS from 8 approach.
Right, Mike clear runway 8 approach.
Let's get back up to 25. Got to follow there.
Okay, and for my purposes, for
Zachary Singh is with the follow. Thank you so much. Appreciate you doing that. Good to have you on the stream today. Sorry, I'm not.
Are you going to be flying the published the obstacle departure procedure out of Miramar?
Well, the last controller said radar vectors to Oceanside, and then he gave me like a bunch of waypoints, so I got everything plugged in. But he said radar vectors to Oceanside, 628 Golf.
Okay, and did you taxi to 6 right?
It's 6 left at Papa.
Okay, Roger. Are you able to change runway to runway 8 left, I believe? I got a deviate to work around here, and it's easier for me.
All right, so we're on the radial. We're on our altitude.
So is that 6 right for 8 Golf?
We were told proceed on course, but we aren't cleared into the Bravo just yet, so we do have to turn back if we get up close to LA and aren't cleared into the Bravo or cleared onto the mini route. So.
Okay, Roger. Number 628 Sierra Golf, runway 26 left, taxi via. Correction, runway 24 right, taxi via Papa.
22 and 22.
Right, via Papa for 628 Golf. So I'm just gonna backtrack here.
Number 1 Alpha Echo, fly heading 090, vector to final.
090 vectors to final, 1 Alpha Echo.
Second 55 Whiskey Tango ready to taxi.
For 525 Whiskey Tango. Could you run me with their per year again?
Say again for 5 Whiskey Tango.
All right, how far off LAX are we?
Perfect.
That's LAX there.
525 Whiskey Tango. Runway 15, taxi via Delta Alpha. Correction, Delta Bravo.
Delta Bravo to 155 Whiskey Tango, thanks.
SoCal Silverjet Niner, clear the runway bracket. Cancel IFR and taxi parking.
Silverjet Niner, roger. Taxi parking this frequency, we'll see you next time.
Taxi parking, thanks for the help. Good day.
So what I found out through that little private message was that the controller that's on right now is experiencing his OTS exam for his rating.
Contact LA Tower 12095.
12095 for Delta Victor.
American 2024 SoCal departure, radar contact, climb via dots to departure.
Dots to American 2024 him.
20.
Delta 619, South Berkshire, let's do for it.
95.
Delta 619, contact LA Tower 12095, we'll see you.
120.95, Delta 619. LA Tower, good evening, Delta 619, let's do for right 9 miles.
Delta 619, LA Tower, wind 2408, runway 25 right, correction, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Runway 24 right, clear to land, Delta 619.
LA Tower, American 212 Alpha is at 700 for 5,000.
American 212 Alpha, contact SoCal departure, good day.
SoCal departure, have a good evening. American 212 Alpha.
Los Angeles Tower, Mooney 514 Delta Victor is about 5 south on the mini route northbound, 2,500.
Number 514 Delta Victor, LA Tower, were you already cleared through the mini route?
Negative, he's told me proceed on course and contact you.
Number 514 Delta Victor, cleared through the mini route northbound and cleared into the Class Bravo airspace, maintain 2,500.
All right, mini route northbound cleared into the Class Bravo, 2,500 VFR 54 Delta Victor. So I don't know if I should have gotten that clearance from the other controller before I was handed the tower or not, but it was good that the tower controller confirmed, because I was going to ask. Do you need to hear those words, cleared into the Class Bravo airspace? Where I am now, I'm actually under the Bravo, because I'm still south of the airport. I'm still in this shelf, which goes, let's see if I can find it. Where is this shelf here, 5,000 feet to 10,000? I think that's all this same shelf here. And then as soon as I cross over the field, then I'm in surface to 10,000. And then as soon as we get past the field, we're back to 5,000 to 10,000. So we're just going to make sure we're staying on that radial. We're staying at our altitude. I'm a little bit low. Zach says, I haven't tried VFR and VATSIM yet. Yeah, VATSIM tends to be very IFR heavy, dude, but when you get to do cool, special VFR-related stuff like this, the controllers really love it. So as I was starting to say, the person who messaged me is actually the air traffic manager for the Los Angeles ARTCC, and he just messaged me to say, thanks for doing this. The timing worked out well, because the approach controller we were talking to is doing what they call his OTS exam, his over-the-shoulder. He is trying to earn that rating for the position he's currently working. And it sounded to me like he was doing a pretty darn good job, so hopefully he gets that. It looks like he might already be an S3, but he might be taking the practical exam to get the rating for this particular piece of the airspace, which I'm sure is their biggest and busiest. But yeah, very cool that worked out, that we could do this tonight. We got anybody that we're flying over here? Oh, jeez. Anybody that we're flying over? We see anybody on approach? See, this is a little more fun when it's busier at the airport.
Carolina 1068, Alice 25 left.
Second departure, good day, chance of 81.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple airplanes out there.
1068, LA Tower, wind 2408, runway 25 left, clear to land. 25 left, Catalina, 1068.
And then we had somebody that just departed that just got switched over. Oh, there he goes. So that's kind of cool.
Tower Delta 619 at Alpha Alpha holding short.
Alright, and then what's our plan?
Who called last?
Delta 619 at Alpha Alpha.
Delta 619, cross runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha, contact ground point 75.
Cross to for left and contact ground in 0.75, Delta 619.
Mooney 4 Delta Victor, contact SoCal 124.5, so long.
145, Mooney 5, 14 Delta Victor, we'll see you.
The mini route northbound.
Yes, sir. I can take the mini route. 10 Whiskey.
Roger, 10 Whiskey. For now, maintain outside the LA Bravo.
Maintain outside the Bravo. 10 Whiskey.
Sorry, remain outside the LA Bravo.
Oh, outside the LA Bravo. 10 Whiskey.
10 Whiskey. Contact LA Tower 120.95.
120.95. 10 Whiskey.
Circle 525 Whiskey Tango short 15 at Burbank, ready to go.
525 Whiskey Tango runway 15, clear for takeoff, Burbank wind 1406.
15, clear for takeoff, 525 Whiskey Tango.
Golf, Charlie Golf, Lima Whiskey Tango, fly heading 300 when able, clear direct at Oceanside.
Van Nuys VOR is 113.1.
1 Alpha Echo, fly heading 220.
220, 1 Alpha Echo.
SoCal approach, Spirit Wing 640 with you. Spirit Wing 640, SoCal...
12 miles.
Welcome aboard. LA altimeter 2996. At Seaview, clear ILS, runway 25 left approach.
12 miles that way.
Cleared ILS 25 left approach. Spirit Wing 640. Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray flying 300 when able, clear direct Oceanside.
Heading 300. Direct Oceanside, 1 able, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray.
1 Alpha Echo, descend and maintain 4,000.
Alright, so we got to check in with him. We got to let him know that we're 10 miles south of Van Nuys for a full stop. Approach Mooney 5 14 Delta Victor's back with you. 2,500, 10 miles south of Van Nuys and bound for full stop.
514 Delta Victor, SoCal approach. Welcome back. Proceed on course, maintain VFR.
On course VFR 5 Delta Victor.
SoCal approach,
field elevation there is
Los Angeles Center.
802, we'll say basically 800.
Contact LA Center 135.5, public field.
132.65, have a good night.
160.
1 Alpha Echo, fly heading
164 is runway heading.
240.
We'll set the heading bug around to that.
Number 3, November Delta, that's 135.55. Charge here, November 9981, flying 090, vector on course. Roger, fly heading 090, chance 81.
Alright, guys.
4 Delta Victor, traffic is at your 2 o'clock, 7 miles, a citation climbing out of 2,000 port plant.
Looking 5 4 Delta Victor.
Number 5 Whiskey Tango, traffic 12 o'clock, 6 miles, a Mooney at 2,500 port plant.
Looking
I see an airport in that direction, but I don't see the...
1757, runway 2, runway 8, clear lane.
Don't see the traffic.
Way clear to NASA, 1767.
Number 1 Alpha Echo, traffic, correction, airport, 12 o'clock, 10 miles, port side.
Field side, 1 Alpha Echo.
Number 1 Alpha Echo, clear visual approach from 27.
Visual approach 27, 1 Alpha Echo.
5 miles from the airport. I'm going to start descending.
November 9981, clear direct field beach, resume navigation.
Start descending so that we said the field elevation is 800. We'll descend to 1800.
Transfer 9981, yes, clear direct field beach, resume navigation. Roger, direct Seal Beach, resume the navigation. May I want.
Departure citation 163 Golf Tango, 26,000 to 5,000.
There 525 Whiskey Tank, climb maintain 13,000.
Hopefully he's well above us.
525 Whiskey Tango. There 163 Golf Tango, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb via Lady J4 departure.
Climb via departure.
That big road goes to the right of the airport. I think we're looking right at it here.
Roger, 135.55, 9881. There 525 Whiskey Tango, cleared right turn, direct to Chum, resume 02 departure.
Right turn, direct to Chum, resume departure, 5 Whiskey Tango.
Alright guys, you can start putting in some predictions into the chat of the vertical descent rate at the moment the wheels touch. No bot command is necessary, just a number into the chat's fine.
4500, 6280 Golf.
There 6280 Golf, Roger. Climb maintain 6,000, turn right heading 330.
330 and 6,000 for 6280 Golf.
Yeah, no bot command, just a positive or negative number. We'll know that mean a descent rate either way. Approach 514 Delta Victor's left downwind for Van Nuys.
Number 514 Delta Victor, Roger. Runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Cleared land 16 left, 514 Delta Victor. Ooh, we got the left side. That's the short one.
SoCal approach, November 268 Quebec, is with you with VFR at 3,000.
Number 268 Quebec, SoCal approach going.
Mixed props, we get the first level of flaps in.
268 Quebec, squawk 4743.
Here can come down, we get the second level of flaps.
268 Quebec.
Number 80 Golf, clear direct Oceanside, resume on navigation.
Direct Oceanside, resume on navigation, Skyhawk 6280 Golf.
Number 3 Golf Tango, climb maintain 13,000.
Alright guys, keep those predictions coming. Closest predictor above or below gets an automatic entry into our monthly landing rate raffle. The next one to be drawn on February the 23rd. Last call will be when we're 1,300 and descending, so that's 500 above ground level. So 1,300 mean sea level will be your last call.
Out of the mini route.
There are 3410 Whiskey, SoCal approach, welcome back. Proceed on course, maintain VFR.
Proceed on course, maintain VFR, 10 Whiskey.
There 5 Whiskey Tank, contact us at 135.55.
We are clear to land on the left side, so we can put that on. We'll do our gear and flaps check here in just a moment. Gears
525 Whiskey Tank,
down in green.
135.55.
Heaviest tank. Flaps full set and checked. We are clear to land on the left side, and there we go.
3 Golf Tango, we're climbing 13,000.
Aim for 80 knots over final.
Cruise tower 3057 clear of 8.
Southwest 7057, SoCal, go ahead. Number 268 Quebec, radar contact, 10 miles north of the San Catalina VO1. Proceed on course, maintain VFR, remain outside LA Bravo airspace.
Proceed on course, maintain VFR, remaining outside the Bravo airspace, 268 Quebec.
Number 63 Golf Tango, contact LA Center at 135.55, we'll see you.
135.55. 3 Golf Tango.
That is a heck of a displaced threshold. Whew.
Circle for 6280 Golf, can I get higher?
Nurse 6280 Golf, 6 sounds come your final altitude for cruise setting.
At 18 6000, 6280 Golf.
Yeah, take it. That's pretty good.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, the John Wayne altimeter 2996.
Altimeter 2996, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray.
SoCal approach, the airport in sight, 10 Whiskey.
From 10 Whiskey, Roger. Make left traffic runway 2, left traffic runway 16 left, runway 16 left, clear to land.
Left traffic, runway 16 left, 16 left, cleared to land, 10 Whiskey.
Alright, flaps gonna be stowed.
FedEx
Strobes off,
1232 SoCal.
landing lights off, pizza heat off.
FedEx 1232 SoCal departure, radar contact, climb via Zoo 2 departure. I don't see you on the Zoo 2 currently. What's your next waypoint?
We'll go through those predictions here in just a moment.
FedEx 1232, what's your next waypoint?
I gotta get his permission to cross the right side. Whoa. Did our V-pilot just crash? Yeah, it did. Yeah, I got kicked off of US East. SoCal 514 Delta Victor, we okay to cross 16 right?
514 Delta Victor, cross room, 16 right, taxi parking, we'll see you.
Alright, cross 16 right, taxi to parking, 514 Delta Victor. Thanks so much, great job.
Of course, we'll see you.
We'll park it up under the tower. STW, we're going to park it right up under the tower, just
on Apollo 137
for planning purposes.
25 left.
I think we got the cleanup done. Flaps.
On Apollo 137, heavy SoCal.
Yeah, strobes, landing lights, pitot heat off. Okay, yeah, so we can shut the taxi light off when we pull up on the ramp here. I did have to switch to USA West in order to reconnect, just so you know. I don't know if you'll need to do the same or not, but...
SoCal, Delta 930. Delta 930, SoCal departure.
Steering 640, how do you hear?
Steering 640, SoCal approach. Not clear.
3,200.
Delta 930,
Alright guys, we will get over those,
radar
we'll go over those
contact,
winning
climb
numbers here in just a
VATSIM
moment. I
departure.
was pretty happy with it. It was, I did get let the speed get a little bit out of hand on the base to final turn. Got the power out, got the speed back under control, and it was a pretty well smoothly controlled glide down to the runway from there. And did put a touch of power back in, I think, at one point, but I was pleased with the pattern execution. I was pleased with the altitude on the pattern. I did turn a little bit short. I had to kind of broaden that base to final turn out a little bit. But other than that, I mean, you kind of want to, we got two parallels like that. You kind of want to turn it short. You don't want to accidentally overshoot and cross over onto the other final. So if you're going to make that mistake, make it in the direction that I did. But other than turning that turn a little short and having to broaden it out and correct it, I felt pretty good about it. And then you'll see the result. I was pleased with the relative firmness or easiness of the touchdown. Of course, you guys remember that greasing the lowest possible descent rate is not the number one goal. But you'll notice that speed control, center line control, landing within the touchdown zone, all kind of good goals as well. And I think, you know, on the average, it was a B. It was not a perfect landing, but B on all counts, I think. All right, let's go ahead and get the parking brake on. Before I do anything else, I'm going to try and jump up out of the plane and see if we can get the view over to the runway in time to watch our friend land.
34 with you, currently at 16,500 feet.
I'm not sure. Well, that's contingent upon him getting reconnected to the server, actually.
Welcome aboard.
Maybe if he has a chance to let us know if he's able to get reconnected or not. Might have missed it as well. Oh, I see him. I see him left base now. There he is.
Delta 234, are you VFR IFR tonight?
I'm VFR.
Roger.
Why? Yeah, you kind of see that wing wiggle just a little bit as he's making those last-minute adjustments to get on center line. Looks very nice, though.
701, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb via the .C departure.
And now he's looking like a low wing. Yeah, nicely done. And you can see the nice smooth braking there. You know, not that crazy start-stop kind of, yeah, I mean, I love VATSIM velocity. It's really revolutionized our experience on the network here.
With information Victor, present taxi.
And should see him kind of roll up to a stop. Yeah, you got to kind of stop between them.
Are you going to be VFR departure day? No platform.
You could see the nose kind of compress as he hit the brakes there on that whole short line. Yeah, VATSIM velocity has really enhanced the experience, guys. So really awesome stuff.
Taxi Alpha Bravo.
All right, let's
taxi via Alpha, runway 19er, 9847.
Go over those winning numbers here. Let's figure out who had the closest prediction. The vertical descent rate at the moment that we touched down on our third and final landing tonight, 76. So let's see who had it.
SoCal approach, Kodiak.
We had Bobcat with the 75. That's pretty promising already. And who was that with the 79 that just barely got edged out? Got a few new folks as well. I'm sorry, the fonts come in really weird, darkly colored on some of these.
SoCal departure, radar contact. Climb maintain 10,000.
Climb maintain 10,000, Alaska 3371.
Delta 930
so Trace
contact,
EV, and then that was leaderboard with the 79. Yeah, leaderboard just got barely edged out. That's a really good one. 3 away, normally it will do it. But we had Bobcat 75 there. We got the 1 away, so that'll be our winner, I believe. Let's look and see. We also got Not So Fly CFI there with a guest. Not So Fly, welcome to the channel. And where else we had the guests?
Delta 5212. Delta 5212, roger. Climb via the Zoo 2 departure.
Climb via the Zoo to departure, Delta 7212.
And Mr. Goat CEO says I just arrived just in time. Yeah, indeed. We're wrapping it up for the night. Bobcat 20 is our big winner for the third and final touchdown. 76 feet per minute was the actual Bobcat. 1 away with the 75, so Bobcat gets another ticket in tonight. So congrats to Bobcat. Let's go ahead back into the airplane and get this thing shut down. A little bit of a shorter stream tonight, but I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up because...
Delta 5212, contact LA Center 135.5.
Been a long day. This controller's done a great job for us, and I think we're going to get out of his hair at this point. So let's go ahead and get back into the airplane and
proceed on course. Correction, maintain VFR.
And get it shut down. Let's get back over to my checklist.
SoCal approach, Kodiak.
So parking brake, taxi light can come off. I think, did we not do that? Yeah.
Kodiak 10 Whiskey, roger. Cross runway 16 right on Golf and taxi to parking. We'll see you next time.
1200, and we can shut the transponder off.
16 right at Golf, taxi to parking. We'll see you. 10 Whiskey.
Number 6280 Golf, the John Wayne altimeter 2996.
Elevator trim can be reset.
2996, 6280 Golf.
We'll go ahead and do that. Flaps were already stowed. And no real need to check fuel and ETA. We did maintain pretty good balance of the fuel, which is unusual on this channel. And yeah, so I think that's going to do it. We didn't really do full calculations of fuel and ETA. Kind of, you know, a little bit more kind of kick the tires, light the fires, and that kind of VFR night, which is a bad thing. That's a bad sim pilot habit to be in, to just jump in the plane and go when you're VFR. VFR flight planning really should be just as rigorous, and in some ways more rigorous than IFR flight planning in that regard, but yeah, for us tonight, kind of not really knowing where we were going to be going. No pre-stream fuel calculation to double check against, but we landed with plenty. I guess that's the key factor there. And there's our friend. It looks like STW pulling up. He was now in a Caravan. So he's been changing planes on us, I guess, or maybe that was the Caravan. Maybe he showed up in a Caravan when he reconnected. Love to see him roll up and slam the brakes, and that nose dips down again. Man, that's just awesome. Velocity has just really enhanced the experience. All right, so we can go ahead. We've got the throttle cuts. this is where we would do a quick blip of the mags to make sure that the magneto switch does indeed kill power to the engine. You just blip it off and on real quick and make sure the engine does sputter there for a second. You want to make sure that your mag lead wire didn't come detached. That way your mags will be powered while the plane was sitting on the ramp. You don't want that to happen. So we'll blip the mag. We won't do it here because it will kill the engine. But in the plane, you want to blip the mag real quick just to make sure that it does indeed cut power. And once you've verified that, then you cut it the traditional way, which is the mix 2 cutoff there. Once you do that, prop lever can come down as well. Now the mags can come off for real. We'll go ahead and get the fuel selector off as well. There we go. The nav and beacon lights can come off, and then the alternator and radio master. Radio master should have come off. I missed a step there. Radio master should have come off before we cut the engine, because the engine cutting off with the alternator on can cause a little electrical spike. So that was one step that I forgot. Probably want to check and make sure all the avionics are still okay. But now it's a radio master's off, and then you did all the engine shutdown stuff. Then you can do the master battery and alternator switch, and then we are good to go, guys. All right, very good, guys. Appreciate you flying along with us on our trip to Lover's Cove, our Valentine's trip. It's kind of an annual tradition. I don't think we've done it every single year on the stream, but we've done it more often than not. And man, 2019 was the devil year. That was the year that we wound up making 6 attempts to get out to Catalina, 5 unsuccessful ones first that kept getting thwarted for every which different reason, one of them including a roadside emergency on my wife's part. So the Catalina Curse, happy to have it stay away. The sim did crash to desktop the first time I booted it up before we got the stream started tonight. So that did not bode well. And I was afraid it might be an omen for the rest of the evening. But fortunately, it behaved itself on the second go. We did have that little server crash there at the very, very end. But, of course, that was well after we got into and back out of Catalina Island. So there you go. Nice closing shot of myself and our friend STW flying along with us again tonight. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate you doing that. Let's get a better closing shot here, guys. Let's get down. Let's get the angle up. And let's get a shot where we can see the tower and both of the aircraft. And maybe a little bit of lens bloom from the sunset. There we go. There's a nice one. There's a nice one to go out on. Maybe we can come in a little closer yet. There we go. Still want to get the lens bloom in there a little bit. There we go. There's a nice one. Go out on that one. Perfect. I don't know if it was tilted. There we go. All right, yeah, we got the mild curse this year. Good fixes. Yeah, well, fortunately, we are fully vaccinated against the Catalina Curse. So we got a very mild case this year. That's good. So we'll have to just make sure we keep up with those boosters every year round. So there you go. Thanks for those of you who were first-time viewers tonight. We have a couple of you. Oh, it's STW is due a couple of those raffle tickets. Let's go ahead and get those taken care of. We'll explain to you if you were a first-time viewer of the channel. We've got 2 ongoing raffles on this channel. The Alphabets Points raffle is the one that you can enter by virtue of those Twitch Alphabets Points there at the bottom of the chat panel. The longer you hang out with us, the more of those you collect. 1,000 of those cashed in will get you 1 entry into that monthly raffle. If you save up for 5,000, that gets you more bang for your buck. It gets you 6 entries for what would be the cost of 5 there. And 7-4 Golf is due 1 as well. He's got a bundle of 6 that we just gotta get that put in. Ticks add November 6 for 7-4 Golf gets 6. There you go. All right, so again, 1,000 for 1 entry, 5,000 for 6 entries. The next drawing is on February the 23rd, so you got some time to save those up. But if you aren't sure you're going to get to that 5,000 threshold, you want to cash in 1,000 at a time, you can do it multiple times. You can cash in 2,000-3,000 if you're not sure you're going to get the 5 and get that bonus 6th entry. However you'd like to do it is fine. you are more than welcome to cash those in however you like. And as STW did, exclamation point ticks just by itself will tell you how many that you've got in the drawing. After every drawing, we reset all the entries and start all over. So if you don't get enough points saved up for the February 23rd drawing, don't fret. We do it toward the end of every single month on this channel. The Alphabets points drawing. The landing rate raffle, we had a bunch of entries into tonight. The first landing tonight didn't register. And since we only had 3 guesses for that, I decided, well, we'll just give each of those 3 people a ticket into the drawing. The second and third went as normal, which is we have that little stats pop-up window that comes up off screen when we make our way down and we touch the wheels to pavement. There's a stats pop-up that tells us what the vertical descent rate was at the exact moment the wheels touched, and the closest predictor in terms of vertical descent rate upon touchdown gets an automatic entry into that landing rate raffle. Both raffles will be drawn on February the 23rd, and in both cases, the winner that comes out of the fishbowl gets their choice of any one of these items, which is a whole bunch of different Slant Alpha merchandise, and you can peruse the list here for the moment if you would like. If you want to pause it and read it in more detail, that's great. But you got a whole different bunch of different t-shirts, and the ball cap, mouse pad, the traditional or tapered coffee mug, and the tote bag. However, if you prefer not to have any of my junk, it's fine with me if you would opt instead for a $25 Amazon.com gift card or a $25 xplane.org store gift card. Either of those is an acceptable substitute, and although it does make me slightly sad that you don't want my merchandise, it does save me a trip to the post office, so it's fine. It actually works out for me either way. Anyway, so those are our 2 raffles, and like I mentioned before, if you don't get in on the February ones, don't fret. We reset all the entries after the drawing, and we'll start collecting them all over again for the month of March. All right, guys. Thanks again for being here with us tonight. If you are new to the channel, we generally fly for you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. And if you want to know what's coming up on the show in the short term, you can check us out on Facebook or Twitter. We're Slant Alpha on both of those venues. If you want to see the full show schedule, it's down there underneath the About tab. You can also find it over on our Discord server and on our Facebook page. And that Discord server, by the way, the link is on the lower right-hand side of your screen. Is a great place to jump into. If you had questions about stuff that you saw tonight, if you were trying to get my attention in the chat, I do an awful lot of hand flying on these streams and don't always have the capacity to keep up with what's going on in the chat. So if you had questions, didn't get them answered, hope that you didn't feel slighted, please feel free to jump in over on that Discord server. Lots of there's a tech support channel. There's a bunch of channels just for kind of hanging out. There's a channel for potentially planning a vintage version of Cross the Pond that we're trying to kick around ideas for. So there's lots of great discussions happening over there that you can jump in on. You can also just kind of shoot the breeze and say hi, or if you have questions about anything that you saw tonight or questions about VATSIM or aviation in general, please feel free to make those questions over there on our Discord server. Last but not least is our YouTube channel. Down there on the lower left-hand side of your screen is the link to that. That's all of our old flight broadcasts, so anything that you miss here on the channel is permanently archived over there on the YouTube. But we've also got a bunch of what we call VATSIM tutorials. If you're considering getting onto VATSIM, but you just aren't sure what to say to controllers or how to put a VFR or an IFR route plan together, or how to read VFR sectionals, or what these slant codes mean, how to put together an estimate of your flight time and fuel. What else we got over there, guys? I think that covers most of the main topics. We got a couple other ones over there that you can check out over on the YouTube channel and a playlist called VATSIM Tutorials. And I guess the main one is kind of like what to say to controllers, because that tends to be the one that kind of hangs people up the most, is how do I talk to the controllers? What do I tell them when I push that button? So feel free to check out any of those tutorials over there. And again, questions are fine in the comments of each of those videos or over on our Discord server if you were needing additional clarification on anything that you saw over there. That is going to wrap us up, guys. Again, we do appreciate you flying along with us, and we talked about the show schedule. Just to let you know, the next stream is actually going to be slightly different than what we were just talking about. One thing that we do on any Monday that is leading into a Friday night ops event on VATSIM, where we have featured fields and a featured event on VATSIM on Friday night in the USA, which we often do. On the Monday leading in, we meet with representatives from the featured facilities, and we do a show over on VAT-USA's Twitch, which we call the Friday Night Hotspot FNO Preview. Northeast Corridor is coming up a week from tonight, the 8th annual event, which is going to feature DCA, Kennedy, and Boston Logan. So we'll get a panel together of representatives from the Washington, the New York, and the Boston ARTCC on VATSIM. We'll get them together. We'll do a nice discussion, about an hour and a half of talking about some of the tips and tricks for avoiding some of the common errors that they see on the network of pilots coming into and out of and around those featured facilities. So we'll talk with them for about an hour and a half. We'll do a demo flight and usually the working title CJ4 mod of some of what was discussed in those panels. So that'll be Monday at 8 p.m. So a different channel at a different time, an hour off, an hour later, over on VAT-USA's Twitch, which is twitch.tv/VATSIMUSA. Then Wednesday, the 16th, back on our normal schedule at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to do an air traffic control stream on the 16th. So we'll be working one of the towers in the Washington ARTCC area. Typically, it's going to be Washington, Reagan, but it also might be Dulles or Baltimore, Raleigh-Durham, or Norfolk, or Richmond, or one of those airports within the Washington ARTCC. And so we'll do that for you on Wednesday, the 16th at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. And again, that full show scheduled down there under the About tab, and on the other places that I mentioned it to you. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up, folks. We are going to send you over to one of our favorite flight sim streamers, and Mr. Mustafa. What is he doing? He is flying something jet-oriented, so not exactly tuned in with this channel and its goals. But he is doing some Mad Dog flying right now. Looks like he's headed down to New Orleans. So we'll go ahead and send you over to him. He's a lot of fun anyway, and a great guy. Our friend Mr. Mustafa. Tell him Slant Alpha sends his love. So we will see you Monday over on VAT-USA's Twitch. In the meantime, have a great rest of your weekend. Be healthy and safe in your own travels and your own adventures. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. Take care.